Wait, actually, what was that?
No.
We're all saying ready, and then you're just. So you're looking side to side. Hello, everybody in the chat. I wish this to be a positive stream, and it might be for you guys watching. It'll be funny and entertaining. Definitely be great on rewatch. It's not going to be good for my blood pressure and my mental state because I've got a lot to get off my chest, as I'm sure we all do with this dumpster fire of a movie and all that kind of stuff. Yes, for fuck's sake, I'm on. Yes, Leon, thank you. I'm here, sir. Now, in case I say any unsavory things tonight, there's a lot of powerful people in the YouTube scene, so I will be blaming. It's not me. It's so. Yep, just throwing it out there. It's actually Pepsi Max. It's not that. I can't say that word, even though I'm talking about the beer. I can't say that word because YouTube would just go demonetized. Cody, Yinko, hello there. Garrett, Lisa, Jim, Joshua, Sheev, Mystic, cool Game Boy. Okay, and now there will be spoilers in this stream. Spoiler warning. You have been warned. If you have not seen Halloween Ends, don't know why you'd want to anymore, but and there's not really anything worth fucking spoiling anything. Anyway, it's all fucking stupid. But Danny, read out the agenda, sir, and then I'll begin.
Well, it's 30-minute rant. Oi. All right, let's get this thing started because I can feel the disturbing in the force from the chosen one.
Well, from us all, but I need to vent.
No, Jacob especially.
So we're gonna start it out with this. How you guys doing, chat? It is another Kings of Pop Culture stream. Well, it ended up being the King Golden Chosen plus the eagle in
this is what it's always been. Let's just be real. Come on, who cares? Let's just be real.
Oreo.
So, man, let's go ahead. Let's go. Let's get it started, baby. Well, the first part on this list is our man Jacob has some things. Well, we all have things with this movie.
We all have some, grievances.
We got some things to say. We're gonna go all in.
So hide your kids, hide your wife. You probably want to. This ain't the stream for the first.
He's right. I mean, he's right.
First 40 minutes, like kids leave, exit left for Halloween Ends.
If you're anything under 18,
we're gonna talk about Halloween Ends. Yeah, I got a lot to say myself. Halloween Ends is gonna be the first thing we start this bad boy out with, and then we're gonna go on to our DC segment. Some of the stuff is going to be a little bit rehashed. So we're going to be, as always.
What we do, if you don't get it by now, bro, like, this is what we do. All right.
This is what we do. This is what we do. Where I'm from. Shout out to the Hot Boys. What's it called? For DC segment, is The Rock, has he take the mantle of being the Kevin Feige of the DC universe? And like we're also gonna, this is sort of like a part 2 because remember we missed Batman month last week, so we're gonna be talking about Batman the animated series again because I want to hear Yinko's thoughts about it and a little bit of Darius's thoughts again on it because I know he had to leave the last time. And then we're gonna go back to. Then we're gonna talk about some Marvel stuff. We're gonna be talking about the Dark World again.
Wait, what?
The Dark World again.
Wait, why?
We're on that one now.
Yeah. And then we're gonna talk about Hugh Jackman and them. And then we gotta hear our thoughts on my boys' top 5 favorite fights of Cobra Kai for the last part of the segment. So, Mr. Jacob. Oh, damn.
Take it away.
Right. Okay. So. Ready to get this rolling?
Oh God.
Damn.
No, I'm joking.
He's on his Air Force energy.
Never saw that. I'm going old school, Jacob. I've got the Batman.
Throwback, Jacob.
Oh no.
Right. So where do I begin? All right. Okay. So let's give you the. Let me just take a sip of my. Again, if I say any unsavory things, it's not my fault. It's okay.
Man, if you don't put that down before you get demonetized.
Right. So let's just put the context and the nuance into the situation first, okay? Trying to stay serious here. If I have to look at this objectively, right? What they're going for in this movie, okay, now we're all gonna, I'm sure we all feel the same way. What they're going for in this movie, on paper, I actually, in a way, like. I like what they're going for on paper. Doesn't translate well in the movie. I'll get to that. But I appreciate them trying something new, and they set out what they intended to do. Okay? I give them credit there for trying something different. You're 13 Halloween movies in. You want to be different. Okay, I give you credit for having the bollocks to try it. All right. And it's that kind of thing of going into this movie. A lot of the things that I'm pissed off about were not things that I was predicting in the trailer, because it's like that moment when it gets to your birthday. And Dave McRae said this as well, and it's a great analogy. When you know it's your birthday, you got a surprise birthday coming up, and then everyone secretly, Spider-Man in the corner, everyone secretly, you know, is planning a surprise birthday party for you. And then they go, surprise! And then you've got to go, oh, even though you knew, you knew. So a lot of the things that happened in the movie, I knew going in just from the trailer. Now, for the final bit of context and nuance here, I do appreciate the risk. I appreciate them trying to be different, which is something that not a lot of horror movies do. And let's be honest, in terms of horror movies that are actually good, there aren't many. Like, there's only few that are really great. Even fewer than that are good, and even fewer than that are all right. The vast majority of horror movies suck. Like, it's
at least Americanized horror movies.
It's by no way of necessarily the filmmakers or the actors. It's just the genre in and of itself is such an anomaly, because it, you know, when you're dealing with something like horror, it relies on its ability to get an emotional feeling from the audience that is scary, intense, or provokes a certain psychological reaction in you. All that kind of stuff. As
I can tell you, horror and comedy are the two hardest things to write.
Yeah. They're very audience based, like everything is, but comedy and horror specifically, they rely on audience reaction for them to be good, to like vindicate them. And I did watch a video yesterday where someone said that there will be people that love this movie, and you know what, I'm sure this movie over time will have its fans and people will grow to appreciate it, and that's just how every movie works ever. That's normal. However, now this is where the rant comes in. What the hell are you doing in the third act of this trilogy? What are you? This isn't the time to be edgy and experiment and do avant-garde stuff just for the sake of avant-garde behavior. What is going on here? And like, what are they doing? Like, Michael Myers is standing there in the freaking sewer doing a Pennywise impression, letting Corey beat the shit out of him. What's going on? He's standing there like this. You turned him into the freaking Cookie Monster with a mask. You cut his balls off.
This was Michael.
What the hell? Where was Michael in this movie? Like, I didn't expect Michael to be in it much, right? Again, context, we knew it was going to be a different story. We knew it was going to be self-contained. But I'm sorry. No, anyone that says they love this movie, I want a sensible reason. A sensible reason as to not some, oh, but it's edgy and different. No, fuck that crap. I want a real sensible reason as to why you like this movie. Because to me, right, this is more disappointing than H2O ever was. Because H2O, it looks like crap.
Hot take, but H2O ain't that bad.
But at least it feels, in some kind of weird 90s way, it feels like a Halloween movie. And again, I know they were going for something different, but you don't. Why does Hollywood have this obsession right now, okay, with being edgy and different in a 3-act play? You don't get to experiment and jerk the story around just to be different. That's not how a 3-act structure works. There's reasons why in trilogies and in theater, these things are told the way they are. Could you imagine Return of the Jedi, right? With that epic, like, and look, let's be honest, Return of the Jedi, up until, you know, they get off of like Tatooine and stuff, it's a bit of a, you know, 50-50, bit of a drag, you know, and then you got the Ewoks and stuff. But it has one of the best third acts of any movie ever, right? That's what you build towards. That's why you can give Return of the Jedi a pass. You go, you know what? That first stuff is all right. It's celebrating the characters, giving them a final hurrah, bringing those little mini story arcs to a close, setting up the big one. This movie, dare I say it, we were lied to. Laurie versus Michael, my ass. It looked like a WWE fight. It was so anticlimactic. I was like, what am I? This is unearned. They didn't earn it. They did not earn the right to have Michael and Laurie throw down in this movie. It was so unearned. And I knew Michael Myers going away for 4 years would be bullshit. But Jesus, I didn't expect him to stand in there and let Corey floor him. What's going on? And then he's just like wandering aimlessly like this. Like he's doing an impression of Swamp Thing. Like that's all Michael Myers was doing this movie was impressions of Swamp Thing, Pennywise, Cookie Monster, everyone. And then there's like this weird thing where Corey's like, "Show me how to do it. Show me." It's like, right.
That was
the actor who played him. I think he will be a gem. Like he's got potential. And I feel sorry for him because he's been poorly placed. I think the concept of his character works in a different movie. In this movie, it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like it was synthetically created just to be different and then throw it ham-fisted in right at the end. And when I say this disappointed me more than any of the sequel trilogy, like the sequel trilogy has its issues, but at least when you're watching, and I'm sorry to bring it up, RJ, but at least when you're watching The Last Jedi, for instance, it looks like Star Wars.
That is true. I agree with that.
The soundtrack,
I feel like they tried. I feel like they tried.
Looks like Star Wars.
Right, they tried. Yeah. And on that, and I'm glad that you brought it up the other day, Darius. The soundtrack for this movie was the weakest of the three. Like there was, I don't need I don't need that playing every 5 seconds. I didn't hear it at all. Right, it's literally just a movie about Corey and friends, and basically Allison doing some what was that dance raving scene? What was that all about?
Okay, I was talking to Darius about that yesterday. That scene was cringe.
Let me tell you something right now. That scene, I don't have any
I'm waiting my turn. I'm gonna wait my turn.
I don't have any epilepsy or anything. That scene in theaters hurt like shit to watch.
Go ahead. I'm waiting my turn because I got a lot to say.
That was horrible. That went on for way too long. It hurt my eyes, bro. That the flashing lights and that hurt. My eyes still are not the same.
It was seizure-inducing, bro.
My eyes have been watering. I'm not kidding. I could sue them for this. My eyes have been watering since I left the theater. Damn. My eyes have not been the same. Damn. I was in the second row. So I was right up close.
Oh damn! Fucking, I was right at the back, and I still got a bloody seizure. But it's. I felt embarrassed that I went to watch this movie. Normally, when I go see a movie, I always get a sneaky little picture, like the little age rating thing. I didn't even post that I went to see it. I felt too embarrassed to say, you know what? I delayed going into work. I traveled to the cinema, paid money to watch that movie. And I'll do you one better. There was a couple that was sat down the road from me, right? Shout out to them if they're watching. Probably not, but you never know. They bought a packet of Haribos from the cinema, which is going to be massively expensive, right? No joke. It's going to be like Haribos. Okay. When I was leaving, that packet was unopened. It was in mint condition, left on the seat, and they left early. So that speaks volumes. When you leave a packet of Cinema Haribo on the seat untouched, that speaks volumes. That's the benchmark for the quality of your movie. It's literally like Laurie got the Carol role from The Walking Dead this movie, right? That's basically what it is. They're playing house. And then, RJ, I know you're going to rant about this, but I'm going to rant about it too. The whole Allison subplot, right? Why?
Darius.
Like why?
On that note, but hold on, since you brought her up, I was talking to Darius yesterday. What was this? When he leaves the party, right? And he's trying to talk to him. What is this? What is that?
I tell you what, right? And could we talk about that kid's death, right? First of all, that kid was a fucking arsehole, and you know what? He deserves something. But when that door slams open, how in that? I don't know what horror movies' obsession is with this. Like they did it in Scream 3 as well when Cotton gets killed.
Over
Where like
exaggerates.
Penny, I almost said Pennywise there, where Ghostface like knocks him, and then Cotton goes flying over the bloody unit.
Dude,
like somehow.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm like putting the mass times force times speed. Like
the banister's here, the door hits him.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, wait a minute. That don't make no sense. That's scientifically.
They found a way to fill the Karen void, didn't they? They found a way to fill that void with that bloody. I was like, oh, you know what?
I'm sorry. That pissed me off. I'm sorry your son died. That was a horrible. I'm sorry your son died. That was a horrible accident. How do you think he did that on purpose? You think he knew the kid was sitting by the door, and he kicked it on? You think that's what happened?
Okay. I got something to say about that. That kid didn't deserve to die, but he was a brat. Okay, you're locking a dude who literally. Okay, listen, I feel bad for Corey in this because that kid was a brat, but Corey was trying to make Halloween fun for the kid, and he's like,
that dude called him ugly, bro.
Called him ugly.
Again, the Hollywood thing. The guy isn't even that ugly, but
trapped him in a room, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Of course you're gonna be freaking out. You've known Michael Myers has been known to torture the town, and you're freaking out for a good reason. You don't know where the hell he's at. So I don't be freaking out.
Let me out that night, for God's sake. He's just down the road smoking up the bloody
He's smoking the joint with the hobo Joe, man.
Didn't the parents say that the kid was like afraid of the dark and stuff? That kid's in that. I'm sorry, that little kid was
I would have locked him in a cupboard and said, stay in there.
That little kid's in that.
And can we just also address, like, I knew it was going to be bullshit. Why is Michael in the sewer?
What was he doing for 4 years?
Dude,
for 4 years? Was he just standing there like this?
Okay. When you are done.
4 years.
They did a lot of things that I do not want.
Are you familiar with brumation? Fucking, I'll bounce off you guys now. King, start. We're going to be ranting about this movie for like 15 minutes. That's how you was
they did something that I did not want. And I talked to RJ about this, and I talked to
yes,
and I talked to Jacob about this. They mixed.
I forgot to mention it, but I know what you're gonna say, Karen.
They mixed two different franchises. They ain't supposed to be going together. And yes, we mixing Star Wars and Halloween together. This is not supposed to be happening, bruh. Like, wait a minute, hold on. So you telling me that this man, Michael Myers, then lost all his Jacob? I hate to bring up some of these wounds, but forgive me, sir. This is like Kenobi losing the Force with the Halloween unnatural strength like
that.
You are telling me that you lost all your strength. A 19-year-old is putting Michael Myers on his butt. He did a single leg takedown on Michael Myers. That is not
on the floor. Like
he doesn't not only put him on the floor. He took his mask.
And Michael was looking at him like he just DDT'd the guy on the floor.
Michael was like,
"What?"
Oh, to add on to your point, King, this is what doesn't make any sense. In Halloween Kills, this man got shot like 7 times, got hit with a bag of bricks, got hit with
the whole town,
got his fingers cut off, but he gets dropped on his ass, and then he's like,
Corey's just like, Corey says, "Give it to me." This is like, and then he took it, and like Michael's like looking at them like, "Wait, this is not Michael Myers. What is this?" Like, and then you guys thought you were smart. You guys were trying to hit that little cult magic too. I saw that.
Dude, do you remember the bit where like Corey like bangs his head on the floor and it's like an Inception type thing? I'm like, why are you trying to blend Inception, Doctor Strange storytelling into this,
bruh? This man, Michael Myers, had Corey by the neck, and then Michael Myers looked into him like, "Wait a minute, so he can sense the force of evil now? Like, what is this?"
No, fuck that. Michael can make
really
people
didn't sense it in Karen with a pain in the ass behavior.
Michael can make people evil by looking at them, which makes no sense.
What is this, Mangekyo Sharingan? Did they just subscribe to the Uchiha clan or something? Did he do the Sharingan or something or whatever?
Did he make a Majin Vegeta? Like, is that what happened?
What was the point in it? Because they killed Corey anyway. So what the heck was the point?
I'm like, what is this? What did they and then they had them being connected too. Another thing that I did not want. They had them being connected. Like, we're connected. We got this. But and you know what? You know what? They did even a little something more that I can't even stand. You know the Raylos? Well, they did it in this movie. They did it in this movie. They went all the way with this, bro.
But as I said with Star Wars, at least it works there. It doesn't work here at all.
I put that at Halloween.
What is this fatal attraction? What's it called? Stockholm syndrome relationship going on here, bro? Like, what is it? Wait, so she's in love with the killer? And what is this? And then they were saying that Michael Myers is supposed, and Laurie could have had their theme back in the day. This makes sense. It doesn't make sense at all. This is the worst $5 that I spend. I spend $5 on this movie. I spent $5.
Watch it on the never mind.
$5. I can't get that. Well, I can't. No, I can't even get it back. I'm gonna wait. I gotta make this subscription last until before I get charged again.
Bro,
and you know what?
I took the bus to go and see this at the cinema, and then I paid the cinema fee and I bought popcorn. So that was nearly what, 15 quid that I wasted on this fucking shit show. I should have gone to see bloody Super Pets. That was still in the cinema. I would have had more fun watching that.
The fact that the shape, you had the shape doing this like he got sickle cell or something or whatever, like, or he's
No.
Damn it.
He's like, show me how to do it. What is this? Like, yes, use the evil, Corey. Let it flow through you. That's what that's what it was. It was Star Wars. It was Star Wars mixed with Halloween, and it should not mix. This is not supposed to be happening, man. No. Shame on you, Halloween. Shame on you.
No, shame on everyone, right? I'm sorry. Was there no one, right? And again, the movie process, okay, it's long. Sometimes you're working on these movies for a long time. Was there no one in either the scripting or the editing that was going to say, whoa, hang on a minute here. This is shit. We need to rewind.
Oh, you think that ending was terrible? Have you heard the original ending? I'll say it when it's my turn. Go on.
Oh, I like. Do you know what you just did an MCU there? You just did an MCU. I like it.
Oh, nice. and then you got the dad trying to be wannabe Loomis, and I'm like,
who?
The dad for the kid that died. He was trying to be wannabe Loomis, and he says, I looked in the eyes of Corey, and like he was.
You're talking about the baby, the kid who's babysitting. That okay?
Yeah, he says I looked in Corey's eyes, and I just saw nothing but like darkness.
Is the disappointing thing is Corey's character is quite sympathetic for the most part.
Exactly.
They do some beyond the stars crap, where it's just like, why did you do this? Like, wouldn't it have made more sense for the evil that Michael Myers has caused to be put on Corey, and then that sends him down the path? Have it be a natural thing, not like I think there's so much more weight. And yes, Cody, yes, it is. Wait, is Kills worse than H2? No, I'm not going that far. I like Kills. Evil dies tonight. But I like. Hey, that gun kill was smooth. But I think there's so much more emotional weight in having Corey naturally go down that path himself, rather than Michael grabbing him. I'm sorry, Michael drags him into the sewer, disappears behind a wall, waits a moment, and goes, ah. You know, like in the first It movie when Pennywise is like, ah, like that, like, and then he's like, it's like, what? So you dragged him in there, you deliberately walked around the sewer all the way around just to grab him through it. Okay, fine, all right, don't agree with it, it's stupid, but I accept it. And then he looks in his eyes, they have like they're connected. And it's like, well, no, you've just, as soon as they did that, I was like, oh, shit.
Obviously, he learned from the Uchihas on how to use the Mangeki or Sharingan, Jacob. He caught him in a genjutsu.
They have something good on paper here. If they had Corey go down this path himself, and then Michael reemerges as well, right? That means you can have two storylines intersect.
Put it this way, even though I like Laurie, I love Laurie as a character, her win doesn't even feel like a good win.
That's what it's so strange to me. Like someone said this yesterday, and I think I was speaking to Sem's nerd about this. I don't know if he's in the chat, but someone said you could literally take the fight between Laurie and Michael, stick it on the end of Kills, and that's your movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't need any of this.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, okay, like I already had I had a feeling that Laurie wasn't gonna die because it's Hollywood or whatever. But like, I mean, they literally put it in the title that
That usually does happen in horror though. Horror does kill the protagonist a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying nowadays it's like, I had a vibe that they weren't gonna kill her, like, especially because I think what's her name was directing a little bit of it too. So
Jamie.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I think she was doing a little bit of the directing in this movie. So, so I don't know.
Pizza.
I mean, I can bounce off of you guys too. I mean, Yinko, you can go ahead and say your thoughts on it.
Haven't seen it pass.
Okay.
Did you say us?
Like a boss.
So he said, so I haven't seen so Darius, you want to go?
Yeah.
Darius,
So let me set the stage for this. All right, because my experience watching this movie was a little weird. All right, so I can sue them. Can I sue them for that? My eyes are still fucked up.
I think you can. There wasn't any warning about that either. So
no, there was no thing at the beginning of the movie.
Right.
Just so my
That's
college
why I
professor.
said you can get your money back. You can get your money back.
Franchise. Let's all be Karens. Karen.
My college professor, he's a cool dude. He got the entire class passes to go see this early, actually. So I saw it on Wednesday, and it was like this fan event thing. Really cool event. Met a lot of cool people there. But so I didn't have to pay for the movie itself. I did have to Uber to the place though. So that's like $20 that I wasted getting there. But buy popcorn and stuff, that's $20 more I wasted there. So
$40.
Yeah, I was praying. Yeah, I was praying that this movie was going to be good. Like, Kills is a movie I like, but I had problems with Kills. Like, it just
Evil dies.
Yeah, that
Evil dies tonight.
The townspeople were stupid. Like, they beat Michael Myers' ass, and they just watched him lay there. They watched him get up.
Well, Karen stabbed him in the neck.
What the hell are you doing? We watched him get up. But anyway, it's just, I think Sean Chandler said this in his review. Halloween is like, he said that Halloween was never meant to be a thing to become a franchise. Like, one or two movies and you're good.
It was meant to be one and done.
It was meant to be an anthology.
It was an anthology,
That's why Season of the Witch was unrelated. Like, it was supposed to be an anthology, but
they only did the second one because the first one was so successful.
Michael makes money, so they keep bringing him back. But there's only so many times you can do a slasher story, like where Michael keeps coming back to try to kill Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's long. You have to do something different. But so what happens is they ran out of ideas, and they have to do this weird supernatural shit where Michael is like the devil or like evil incarnate, and like
some just gone the way we expected them to go.
He's just an escape mental patient, bro. Like, he's not this fucking like.
He's not that dude from Kills.
He's not this supernatural Jason Voorhees wannabe unkillable god who makes people evil. Who no, that's not what he is. That's the whole reason this trilogy exists, because Resurrection and H2O and all those movies started doing that dumb shit. But now we're doing it again. We're doing the same thing again. So why do these movies exist? You already did that back then with his niece or whatever. It's the same thing. And then you have Corey. Well, I agree. On paper, he's a good idea for a character, but
on
can't introduce him in the last movie of the trilogy and expect him. He has more screen time than Michael. He has more screen time than Laurie. He has more screen time than Allison. It's like
Corey, the beginning.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just. And then you got his mom kissing him on the lips. What the hell was that?
There was a dude that was sat near me that was like, "Yo, did she just kiss him on the lips, bruv?"
And it's unclear what happens to him, because if Michael made him evil, that means it wasn't his fault. But you did that's kind of fucked up, because that means that no one helped him. No one tried to save him. They just killed him straight up.
Kind of reminds me of
Laurie and Allison get a happy end. It's like, well, you just screwed. Like,
kind of reminds me of men's mental health.
But like,
moving on.
subtract the final 20 minutes of this movie, and it's just like, I don't even know how. Like, you know what it feels like?
There's 90 minutes in this movie where you're thinking, can something happen? I'm sick of seeing a bike driving scene. Like,
Corey's bike has more screen time than Michael Myers. Corey's motorcycle has more screen time than Michael Myers in this movie, bro.
It's an hour and 50 minutes. And you know what? I dare say it, and this might be a hot take, but Morbius is a little bit better than this movie.
At least that movie's fun to watch. Like,
you know what? I haven't even seen it, and I agree.
This movie's fucking miserable. Like, there's nothing that I can go back to. Like, there's no
reason to rewatch this ever again. There really is
nothing memorable. Like the Laurie and Michael fight is cool. It's kind of anticlimactic though.
I enjoy it, Mystic.
The fact that I told RJ this looks like one of those old school bad mid-2000 movies.
Let me tell you straight up. This is, like those horror franchises that don't make a sequel for a long time, and then you're in Walmart one day, you dig through the $5 DVD rack, and you see Jeepers Creepers 3, even though you didn't know there was a Jeepers Creepers 3. That's what this movie is. It's that sequel you don't know exists that they made for a fucking tax write-off. That's what this sequel is. You can't tell me that they cared about the direction of this movie and made this movie. Like, it feels like they just, we need to find a way to end it. Let's just, you know what it feels like? It feels like they had an unrelated script with the Corey stuff that's not related to Halloween at all. And they were like, oh shit, we need to use this script. Stick it in Halloween. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, just fill time until we get to the final 20 minutes or something.
Yeah, like the end. It's like they had the ending set in stone. Like, yeah,
the best bit of this movie was when the DJ said, "Man, this ugly mother." That was the best bit of the movie.
I got issues with him.
Yo, it's like, what did Corey do, man? Like, Corey, get called ugly for no reason.
It's a shame because the actor who plays him, I think he does good here. It's with what he does.
All the actors do
really good. It's just he's in this movie, so
it's just bad, right? That's all it is.
Let me tell you, I said this is so stupid out loud in the theater when Corey kills himself. He stabs himself, and Allison walks in at that exact moment.
First of all, I got one question. This takes place in 2022, right?
Yeah, supposedly.
Why is there no cameras inside the house? Are they that backwards to not have cameras?
I mean, even if they don't have cameras, right? This isn't Psycho with the shower scene.
How did Michael? You know when Corey kills the doctor and the girl? How did he know where they live? How did Michael know?
Yeah,
how did Michael get there?
And then Michael just appears in the door and shit. And I'm like,
how did he get there? If he's too weak to
he
walk,
just randomly decides, you know what? I'm going to leave the sewer now. After 4 years, he's like, you know what? The homeless guy, the stupid trash talking kids, the people.
Oh yeah, the homeless guy was weird as hell.
Yeah, hold on. Let's talk about these
Michael.
These band bullies
out of hiding just to kill those two.
These band bullies, I don't believe them, y'all.
Can we stop doing the Hollywood? Can we stop doing the bully teenager thing? Can we stop doing that?
Oh, and they were so unconvincing. Like, he looked like a young. What's that dude from The Sopranos? RJ, the one with the main dude. Not the main dude. The one with the
Tony Soprano.
No, the one with the
Silvio.
That's it. Yeah, it looked like him.
You talking about the one that has like the great hair? Like he takes.
Dude, Corey could have beat all of them by himself. That's just the funny part. I'm like, yo.
And it escalates so quickly. Like he throws him off a bridge.
Yeah,
why?
Oh, they tried doing the Pennywise, like the It Chapter 2 thing. I'm like, it was earned there. It wasn't earned here. You literally just tossed a dude.
All Corey was doing the right thing, not buying age teenager alcohol. What is wrong with you?
Guess what? Because if y'all find out, he's going to jail because he bought you alcohol. That's why he didn't want to do it.
I'll say this: the kills were creative, like the tongue getting, and shit. That was like, ugh.
The kills were cool, and the fence one with the girl, even though she didn't deserve that, that was messed up.
She was happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, hanging around with the wrong people. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was happy when they got.
And this movie has so many plot holes in it. Like, okay, Michael is weak.
Just a sick fuck.
Michael is weak for some reason. After even though in kills, he gets
his strength back at the end briefly, and then it's gone.
Yeah, he gets his strength back, but he can't be.
Like
so he can kill 20 people in kills, but he can't overpower. He can't overpower Corey. But he can't overpower.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Carry on, Darius. You can't overpower 70-year-old Lori or Corey, but he can beat 20. He can overpower 20 people in Halloween Kills, and now he just.
But it's but Michael's movement mile wide, but only inch deep.
Dude, he lost the evil. He lost the force. He doesn't have it no more.
But my thing is in the
trailer. What was he
trailer
doing for 4 years? Jacking off? Like, what was he doing for 4 years?
What I would have done, right? What I would have done to make it a bit more believable was if he's in the sewer, I'd have him be stuck there, like he can't get out. Like that to me is still a reach. But at least if he's in the sewer, you can go, okay, he's stuck in the sewer. He physically can't get out of there. That I would have been fine with. The fact that he's just dormant, like a doorstop, standing there, and then he just goes, ding, ding, time to go and kill. After 4 years, I'm not gonna say.
The fact that he's cool with the hobo is like laughable. Is like, wait a minute, like
yes, he didn't kill the hobo or anything like that. He just kills.
No,
like
that hobo was scarier than Michael Myers.
You guys caught the
hobo was pulling the knife
commentary
out.
of the old dude and the worker. Did you catch the? I was like, I see what they're doing here.
That old dude was scarier than Michael Myers. That dude, he put out the knife on Corey. I was like, yo, what? Like, what's going on? Like,
makes you wonder if he transferred some of that evil to the old guy.
Oh God!
Oh, God.
See, this is what we run into now.
I didn't. I mean, he must have. Was he just in the sewer beating it for 4 years? Is that what was going on? Like, what was he doing?
Well, it looked like he was just standing there like this,
making some Michael Myers milk.
Michael Myers milk, Triple M.
Like, he had 4 years to kill Laurie. If that's what he wanted to do, why did you wait 4 years to do it?
The thing is, on that, it was never about Laurie because of what we know in Kills. But then in this movie, it becomes about Laurie again, and they contrive it, and it's like, wait, what? Like, what? Oh, they should have just done it all in one night. They should have had 18 kills.
That was the original plan, but they rewrote it over the pandemic, apparently.
They
God,
should
do
just
you
made
remember all those
18
rumors
kills.
that said that it would actually have that in the story?
The pandemic?
Yeah, thank God they didn't go that route. Yeah, no, seriously, it was a strong rumor that they were considering, you know.
What is Michael Myers gonna do? Like,
I can kind of see that.
Well, at least Michael Myers is ready. He's all.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, you know what? That's when he was social distancing for in the sewer.
Distancing.
He was in the sewer social distancing, bro.
You know what? Michael might be like Michael Myers, socially distanced for 4 years.
As soon as it was over, he came back.
And what does he get? What's his reward? Standing there like a loser for 4 years, and then he's weak as shit.
And then he gets his strength back somehow because he's able to just kill. He's starting to start killing people again. I don't know.
Oh, and then he killed Corey like later on, and I'm like, why didn't you just do this earlier? Again, it goes back to that. You remember when Resurrection like opens after he kills Laurie? Well, I'll see you in hell. Like, don't kiss him. What the hell is that? I'm still not happy about that. You know what? They did that in this movie with Corey and the mum. Like, what are you doing? And then he gives the knife to like that worker in the mental thing. I'm like, Michael doesn't need to do any of this. Michael is a great white shark.
The more personality you give Michael, the more it gets annoying. Like,
if Michael Myers was wearing a Stone Cold t-shirt, it would be arrive, kill, leave. That's literally all it is. He's not. There's nothing else. Like, it doesn't need to do anything else. That's not the shape.
Hey, you got him building this weird cult thing with Corey, and
They did it again. They went back
Teach
to
me
cult
how to
stuff.
do it.
no.
Like,
And
they
then
didn't
you
go
got the
all in?
scene, the dumbest scene in the movie. Corey brings the cop down there so Michael can. What? Why did he need Corey to help him kill? Like what?
He's like, get up, get up. I'm like, why is Michael so mundane and weak?
Is Michael like getting? Is Michael trying to retire? Is he trying to tell us something? He says that he's tired of
Well,
killing.
that's what
Like
I was
Ricky.
worried they were going to do. I thought they were going to set Corey up to take over. That's what I thought they were going to do. Like now that we've seen the movie, I can say, but I thought they were going to set Corey up.
But
And
that's
that the
what
evil
I
was
thought they were going to
transfer
do
into
too.
Corey. That's what I thought was going to happen. I'm glad they didn't fucking do that either. But you know, that's what I thought was going to happen. So when like he's like, show me how to do it, I was like, oh, don't you dare. Don't you
I thought it was
dare
gonna be
lie to
even
your
worse.
audience.
When that scene came up, I thought they were gonna do the fucking Palpatine thing where he wants to take Corey's body. That's what I
But
thought.
that's what I'm saying.
Yep, that's
I
what I
thought
was
they were gonna
worried
do that.
Mustafa Akkad, as much as I love the geezer, he's like, hey, money. You know, it's no, not money. End it. You kill that dude and you end it. End. And this goes back to what I was always saying, right? The importance of how you end it versus ending it is so significant. 18 and kills mean nothing now. They mean nothing because individually they still mean something. But when you look at the trilogy as a collective, or the quadrilogy, if you will, you just look at it and you think, you know,
I'm sorry. I said this is the worst end to a trilogy I've ever seen. It's not
it's
even
terrible.
close. This is the worst end to a
awful.
trilogy.
It's god awful. And
When you make Rise of Skywalker,
dude,
like, you make
the the third act is designed in such a way that it ends with a resolution. So let's take Rise of Skywalker, for instance. Messy, but it still plays out like a third act, in a sense. Like, it still feels like a third act. This doesn't.
Nope.
This ending was not earned. It was just like, yeah, okay, Corey show.
And let's be real. They're not going to end Halloween. No, they're gonna do more. They're gonna do more. There's gonna be a reboot or something.
They're gonna probably start letting Alice be the new Lori. Probably.
Yeah.
Then they should have just kept Corey alive if they were gonna.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Jamie Lee said you never know. She's backtracking now a little bit. She's like, yo, you never know.
Say never. She's like, oh no, I'm never coming back. And you said that 3 times, but
okay, it's one of those like Jamie Lee Curtis is just doing this. I'll come back, but them zeros gotta be a little bit more bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because technically she is a franchise character. Like, you know.
I'm a big time horror fan, and this movie just like
it's terrible.
You know what?
I'm glad Scream 5 came out because at least that's a decent continuation of something.
Oh yeah, like the only thing I have issue in with that movie is Dewey. Other than that, it's a solid movie. It's a good continuation.
You know what this ending kind of reminds you out of anime? Neon Genesis, bro. The ending to that.
You mean the anime?
That anime.
You're right there for you.
That ending was boo boo. This is compared to that. So
it was so bad. It was so bad they had to make another ending. So
they had to make another ending.
Oh my God.
Hey, creators for Halloween Ends, like, you know, can you just like go ahead and just scratch that part and just remake it?
That's not the real cut.
That's not the real cut.
I don't want to hear that.
Don't start that.
Halloween Ends for real this time.
I see that. If I
see
that,
they're gonna probably do the extended version.
The real cut. We've got a 3-hour movie. No thanks.
They're gonna have. I bet you they have an extended version, bro, coming out on Blu-ray.
I'm not watching it. I don't want to see more. More dog shit is still dog shit.
I don't want to see more motorbike stuff. No, thank you.
So RJ, how does your feeling?
Yeah, it's your turn.
You waited 40 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have been worried about this movie ever since they started filming it. I've heard like conflicting stuff.
When we all first started, we talked about this movie.
Yep, and I was like, listen, I kept saying, I said to you guys, said to my other friends, listen, you have to end this with a bang, not a shit, a bang. And I was giving this movie the benefit of the doubt. And because horror movies, like you can't look at critics when it comes to horror movies because they're hit or miss.
They judge it from a different lens.
It's subjective.
Like people, critics didn't like Kills, and I understand why some people didn't like Kills. I mean, I like it personally, but I do understand there are issues.
It's all right.
It has its issues, but I have notes on this movie.
Damn,
you got notes.
Yes, I do.
Well, when does RJ have? Oh, this is crazy. RJ has notes.
I had to write notes. I was writing them down as I was watching the movie. Okay, let's start with number one. Continuity is a big issue with this trilogy of Halloween.
So if you're watching,
and what I mean by that is continuity with the character of Michael. Michael, for one, okay, listen. Halloween is a very simple thing. Michael Myers, he's an iconic horror character, but he's a simple horror character. If he is walking around, he's trying to kill people. I was worried about the 4-year stuff. You can't explain it. You literally can't explain why he's.
They didn't really need to tell us, but the way the movie plays out, I don't think I want to know anymore.
Him in the sewers is fucking dumb. So, and one of the biggest issues I have is how he's shafted in his own movie, the final movie. Also, he's a borderline sidekick in this movie. In his own movie,
he's a cameo.
He makes a cameo.
They took something out of the MCU too.
Goddamn.
Wow.
He's literally okay. This is the one thing I've had an issue with how they make Michael in the movies. There's sometimes they just make him unbeatable, and then they don't know how to like make him level in the middle. Like you can't beat him, but you can beat him. In Kills, okay, he got shot 7 times, got his finger sliced off, got hit with a bag of bricks, hit with some baseball bats. I mean, he was getting his ass whooped. But
he was getting
he should have died. Okay, let's be real. I don't care how strong you are, you should have died. But with that, we went from that to this where he's on the ground.
He's held down by a fridge. Think about that.
Like he's like an old man he had a bad reaction to Viagra. That's what it sounded like.
He looks like the 2 dudes from Up that are trying to fight in the movie at the end.
Like literally, the scene where he gets pushed, he's breathing like he had a bad reaction to Viagra.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad the scene was.
It was a long 4 years.
Like him in the sewers, and I just didn't like it. Like, I get it. People complain about how he seems invincible, but you can't make him a bitch. Like, really?
It's all about balance. Like, Michael is one of those, like, he
got laid down by a 19-year-old.
What separates Michael from every other horror movie character is he's not supernatural. He has a supernatural edge, but he's human. That's what makes him so good. And they go too far with it.
Okay.
And they made him Jason. He's basically Jason.
Basically Jason.
Now.
And then this movie, he's a doormat.
They had no plan of how to properly balance the character of Michael and the big things that make him what he is. They didn't know how to do that with this whole trilogy.
Kills opening compared to the opening of this movie.
Slaps. Okay, the intro alone, like the
I thought I was watching a Taika Waititi movie.
Oh Jesus Christ! Like you opened with the radio guy. This is the last movie, the supposed last movie in your franchise, and you open with the annoying radio guy.
Listen up. Here's the story about it.
Yo, we got some things to say about him.
Yeah, we do. I hated the opening to this because 2018 and Kills. You're like, here we go, baby.
Said here, the opening sets the tone for the movie. Now let's use BVS as a quick example. Regardless of what you think of the movie, the opening
great
slaps.
Opening.
It sets the tone. It set the tone for the whole movie.
Like 2018 and Kills, I'm in the theater. I'm like, here we go, baby. Let's get it on. Let's go.
Yeah, that flashback in Kills combined with like he needs to die tonight, and camera like on the phone. Oh, I love that. I love
they don't play the theme in this movie. They never do.
Here's a second. That's another thing. Okay, I'm gonna get that in a minute. The second thing, is I want to talk about the overall. This might sound pretentious, but the overall cinematography, score, editing, everything that goes into the filmmaking process.
Mid 2000s. That's all I gotta say.
This was just straight garbage. Okay,
It felt like it was shot in my backyard.
Dude, it felt like a mid 2000s movie straight to DVD. Yeah.
Like the editing, the transition.
It's like a
Okay,
really
that
bad
transition.
now movie.
The transition to the moon after Allison
Without
did her.
Steven Seagal in it.
That was awful. That was one of the worst transitions I've ever seen in my entire life. That is bad.
I need to burn it all.
I'll get to her in a minute. I got some things to say about her. She pissed me off in this movie.
Allison?
Yes, the cinematography
Mary Jane behavior
was DVD-esque, like bad. Like I'm like, they didn't put care into this movie. They just wanted to end it and just throw it in the bin. They didn't give a damn.
I mean, and then you look at the flashback scene they did in Kills, and you look at how it feels like it's out of 1978. That's how good the cinematography is on that scene. And Michael looks fantastic in this movie. There's not one shot of Michael I love.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like a Halloween movie. It felt like it felt like I was watching Jeepers Creepers 3. That's what it felt like.
Oh God!
I'm serious. No. Just the way the cinematography was, the editing, bad. Okay, that scene where Corey's in the house, but that scene where Corey's in the house and like Lori's like waking him up with the chair, that was bad. That whole scene was just the way it was executed, just bad, awful.
It's so confusing. The way they edited that, you don't know what's happening.
It's just bad.
Did he drag him here? Did she wait till he was like what happened?
It's awful. And that scene, I felt like I was watching.
They took the 3-1 lead.
It felt like I was watching a Jeepers Creepers movie directed by Rob Zombie. That's what it felt like. It was bad.
You know, Rob Zombie's movie actually gives us a run for its money.
Yeah. Another thing, okay, Allison, her character. Now,
my man made notes.
No, I'm sorry. I had to do this. Her character.
This is our therapy session.
Her character is stupid and non-existent in this entire film.
The character is not consistent with where she was in Kills.
Not consistent.
They did her a disservice as far as I'm concerned. Her and Laurie should have been ready for Michael to return and be like, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, I say this in context, okay? I'm not girl power, but you can have a great moment where, you know the term final girl?
Yeah.
They could have had maybe a moment of like the final girls, you know, to get like social
revenge off of Michael Myers. They killed Karen.
Yeah, exactly. They could have made it.
Which they don't seem to care about that much in this movie, but that's another thing. They don't seem to care a lot about that at all.
They don't even mention it.
They mention it like
they have it like on a picture on the front.
Yeah. Just, I lost my daughter Karen to Michael, but now I've moved on. I got my own house.
And understanding.
So here's my.
Why did they stay in Haddonfield anyway? I would have left, but that's another thing.
Here's my thing.
They should have left.
With the way, her character. First off, I don't know where this edgy black nails. Ooh, like I'm edgy now. I'm very spiritual. Like, where did that come from? Go back to behave. Okay, go back to what you were wearing in the first two movies, because this ain't you. Okay, the costume design for her wearing these black nails and ooh, I'm at black lipstick. Ooh, I'm edgy. Sit down. Okay, shut up. Like
everybody did a 360s on their character.
Yeah,
I'm bad. Really, really bad.
Okay. So this scene really pissed me off because not pissed me off, but
Jackson Myers.
So the scene where she's trying to talk to Corey after the party, that party scene was cringe. When they were dancing on the ground, that was cringe. Exactly, that was cringe. Like, yeah,
I'm sorry, yeah, I'll just put it this way. Y'all just prove some of the stereotypes are kind of real with certain type of things. Like, some
you're doing all that on at a party. Sit down. No, stop it. Okay, but when she,
I'm still gonna sue them for that party scene, bro. My eyes, Jesus.
I was like, what is this?
When she did this, I was like, oh God, get the fuck out of here, man. Stop it. What is this? Like, what? Come on. What are we watching? Like, stop. like what are we doing? Like, her character is just so like this is the big thing about her character. She comes in
people
when
dancing.
She sees that Corey, when she sees that Corey's dead, she's like this. Ah! Ah! Like this, what she does, that little scream that she does. Ah! Like,
can they? Right, and I say this in context. Can we stop doing this trope of where we get the women characters in horror movies, right? And I say this in context. Can we stop doing this? Can we stop reducing them down to going? Ah! Ah!
That's what she did on this movie, man.
They deserve better. Like, come on. I'm not girl power, but like, come on. Like, it's like you're really doing this in 2020. Like, come on, really?
Like, this ain't 1995. Like, get out of here. Like, okay, and she just does all she's doing is she's just headstrong over. She's like, oh my God, Corey, I love you, Corey. That's all she did in this movie. That's all she did. He was a better character than her. Like, that's
if you think about it, Corey was the only saving grace of this movie. Everyone else is just
Corey's like, you can't help me. I'm not your project. Like, well, he does have a point there.
Like, that's like literally that's all she does. Like Corey. Like, the minute she first meets him, she's like,
why
biting her lip and shit.
Like, sorry, I cut you off, but why didn't they just go the obvious route? I know Hollywood wants to be different, but sometimes, as Cobra Kai has shown us, as Top Gun Maverick has shown us, as even Stranger Things to a degree,
classic storytelling always wins.
Going the way people expect isn't a bad thing because you can still do it in a way that is entertaining. Right, and it works, and it serves the narrative and the story. It makes more sense for Laurie and Allison to train their asses off because they know Michael is still out there and be ready.
Jacob, it's like what I first told you the first time I met you and RJ. Everybody's trying to do this Luke, I'm your father moment when you just gotta be generic, bro. Like,
now everyone wants to do it.
It's like, be generic. It's okay to be generic to play safe to make your landing hit. Yes, I'd rather you go the generic route and play it safe.
Yeah. I mean, take, like, for instance, Southpaw. Great film. Has every boxing movie trope you'll ever see. But Jake Gyllenhaal's best ever performance that I think I've ever seen. And it's a great freaking movie. And it's tropey. And it's generic. But it works. Like, this whole trope of...
You can't get away from generic and tropey stuff. Let's just call it what it is.
Don't be afraid to take. Like, you can take risks while doing while going a predictable route. Like,
I'm sure you have this in your class, Derek, where they'll like tell you that sometimes it's the best. It's a formula that is. There's a reason why there's a formula.
Yeah, because if you stray too far from the formula, you end up with shit like this, where it's just like.
This is why you see on Reddit or YouTube comment sections people saying this doesn't feel like an ending. There's reasons why it doesn't feel like that.
And then back to Allison, her character. Okay, I gotta go back to her because she literally is
Corey.
You just met Corey, and she's already like, ooh, like she gave him the eyes, biting her lip and shit. Like,
what was the first sight? Really?
Like, okay. Stop this. This is going to be the most forced. That was the most forced relationship I have ever seen.
They were going to do some weird commentary on Laurie having feelings for Michael through that. That's what I was worried about.
It kind of did.
Because they were hinting at it. I was like, well, no, don't you dare. Oh, don't you dare.
Okay. Dude, they basically just said Stockholm Syndrome is okay, bro. Like, they literally just said
the movie basically glorifies it, if we're being completely honest.
Another point. People, this is my big issue. People out of nowhere just blaming Laurie for everything. What are we doing?
I hate it when
Allison blame Laurie for everything. I'm like,
God damn.
They're like, you started this. No, Michael started this in 1978.
I was just minding my own business.
Babysitting. What the hell are you on about?
Yeah, exactly. What are you talking about? I'm just babysitting.
Screw me for looking after kids.
Yeah.
Michael started following her around every day. I mean, all day in
Yeah,
1978.
yeah. So I'm babysitting, doing my job. This dude out here with this white hockey mask is going and killing dogs and choking people out and stabbing them up on walls.
It's
I'm
my fault. I'm the all right.
Oh, sorry. How is that woman still alive? By the way, you know that old woman.
That made no sense.
How?
Yeah.
How?
Did she
literally
get
got
stabbed
her
through the
neck.
throat with the with like a light
Yeah,
fixture?
fluorescent tube.
There's
Yeah,
no way
should be
she's
dead.
alive. There's no way
It's the
she's
Reva,
alive.
it's called the Reva effect. It's called the Reva effect.
Okay.
Wielding the
Other
knife.
point. Like
It's the Reva effect, man.
Oh,
They just
fuck,
survived.
no. Don't start that.
Like I'm like, what? You guys are blaming Lori. How about you motherfuckers take accountability for what you guys did in kills, starting a lynch mob and getting people killed? What's wrong with you?
Force a guy to commit suicide.
Exactly.
Haddonfield is the worst town ever, bro.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather live in Derry, Maine. At least you know Pennywise is an arsehole. No, actually, you know what? They're bad there as well, but at least they're aware of it.
Okay. Other point.
At least they have an excuse. Pennywise is kind of messing with their
The
heads.
character of Corey. Okay. Now, this is a tragic character. I feel like he could have been in this movie. He could have been in this movie.
You can still have him in it.
Okay. What I would have done is you keep the plot line about like the baby, like him babysitting the
You
kid
keep
and
it as a
stuff,
separate thing.
but you don't have him turn into a killer because it makes no sense.
But how much more brilliant would it have been? You know, like with kills, the biggest problem with the Evil Dies Tonight stuff was that people didn't buy it. But I really liked the commentary of what Michael Myers represents and what that will do to like a local town people.
That's where
this would have paid that off. If you had an innocent guy who gets killed, who was completely innocent, right, like an Eddie from like Stranger Things or something, then that would be such an emotional tether. But they just thought, nah, let's just
you could have had Corey be like you know how Michael Myers has the unnatural strength of being bad. You could have had Corey be the unnatural strength of being good. That he can take the hits.
You could have had Corey be innocent the whole movie, and
that's what I wanted.
And you could have had him be a victim of the way the system is designed against this situation. Or you could have had him become it, but in a different way.
You could have had Allison and Lori take him in. Yeah. Let's say his parents disown him. It's
got to be a choice that he makes on his own. Having Michael grab him and do stuff, that's lazy stuff. Like, that would have been much better in my opinion.
You could have had Lori and Allison take him in, and they got to team up to work together.
I would have been okay if, like, you know how... I would have been okay if they would have had it, like, you know, what I just said. You have Corey be like the Michael Myers of good. Like, you know, he has a high pain tolerance.
Scream 5 excelled. You remember when, like, you know, Billy Loomis is like talking to his daughter through the mirror and then he like winks at the knife like that? It could have been stuff like that. Like, you literally have a serial killer versus a serial killer.
Yeah.
Like Dexter, like a serial killers.
That would have worked.
Because, like, you know, you could just have it to where, like, okay, Michael Myers stabs Corey, and like, Corey can take the hits, like Michael Myers can. So, like, Michael Myers actually has somebody to, like, you know, shit, this dude is like.
And then maybe Corey puts in the dirt, and then Laurie and Allison finish him off.
Yeah.
This is my final point. Ending.
Yeah, because we're an hour in.
We have a lot to say,
and we can move on.
Yeah.
You were writing a story. When you have a franchise, you have a fan base, you have to focus on ending it. Just ending and respecting it and move the hell on. You don't want to just end it and then try to be different. Could you imagine if no one said, "Oh, let's be different for The Dark Knight Rises"? Could you imagine? Like, it'd be bad. It would be bad. Like, he said, "Okay, I'm gonna do something."
Batman appear for the ending of the movie, and now
he said, "I'm gonna keep it simple, give a good ending to this trilogy, wrap it up, boom, bing, bada, boom, move on."
And you know what? I rewatch it on a regular.
Exactly.
Even with
that is my problem with Hollywood now, is that when it comes to endings, they want to try.
They all want to have like some massive, like 5-star Oscar Chardonnay mustache twirling ending.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're the Halloween franchise. You're never gonna be that. So stop trying.
Know who you are, and then you'll excel at it. I mean,
Well,
look at Cobra
I
Kai.
think Halloween. I think Halloween won an Oscar like the first one, but that's different. Like that's.
But I mean, like if you look like Cobra Kai, for instance, it's simple and it's cheesy, but that's why we love it. It works when you know
What this
what
would be
you
like?
are,
This would be like a Cobra Kai
yourself.
next season. It'd be like a Cobra Kai next season. They started like having Johnny monologue about the complexities of human life or some bullshit. Like he just starts monologuing about how like the meaning of life. Like no, this isn't what you are. Stop.
The meaning of life.
The meaning of life.
Yeah, I'm
Stop
done. I don't even want to talk about this movie.
And that's
This movie
another
pissed
thing.
me
If they
off.
were going to have Corey, they should have put him in Kills.
I think. Oh, another thing, they should have just made 2 movies, not 3. 2018 and Kills.
18 and Kills.
You take the best thing from Kills, take the final fight from Lori and Michael, but you extend it, put it in Kills, you end it like that. Boom.
That's all you do. And then it's
Yeah.
easy.
That's all you have to
Well,
do. Fuck this movie. Next topic. I'm done.
next topic. Okay, guys.
Oh, and by
Now
the
we
way,
got-
just the post-credit scene for me. Sorry to cut you off, Danny. I'm not finished ranting about this movie, so I got a Chosen Live coming in the week where I bury this movie some more. Carry on, Danny.
Never
Well-
watching this again.
Nope.
I'm not gonna watch it again
I'll
either.
happily get the
Well,
ad
you know what? I'm probably gonna watch it again because I put $5 on the screen.
I would rather just not do that.
I'd rather watch The Room.
So
I'd rather watch Jeepers Creepers 3. That movie's funny as hell.
You know what? I'd rather watch these all that again. Karen, man. I
So-
would. I'm serious.
let's go ahead and transition.
Fucking
Because
bet.
you know what? I'm tired of the subject.
I was a bet.
So, fellas, we got some good news in DC. Finally, thank God.
Oh!
Like, finally. So,
Dun, 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 dun,
is our boy Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Oh, sorry.
Basically-
he's got to be everywhere.
basically the new Kevin Feige of DC?
It took a
What do you-
WWE ex wrestler, right, to go in there and say, "Hey, all you got to do is this," and they're like, "Oh, why didn't we do that before?" Go figure.
Man, listen, I've been watching The Rock's interviews, like on this Black Adam
I
thing,
love the hand gestures he does. He's always like,
and what I like, and he's finally just listening to what all of us have been saying for years since Jacob started his channel on Geek Talk to
Oh,
us
yeah.
like just us like talking about this every single week. They're listening to the fans.
yeah. And the thing is, they're doing it in the right way. They're not like listening to the point where it's the creativity is going to suffer. They've got a good balance of listening to what the fans want and giving it to them in a way that is DC. That's what I like.
The thing that I liked what The Rock said was he dissed the old Warner Brothers regime. He basically just said, like, listen, guys, you know how long he couldn't say Henry Cavill's name, but he said it like this. He said it took him almost 6 years just to get our boy Cavill to come to the thing, but the people at Warner Brothers, as usual, they're making everybody's life difficult, aka Zack Snyder, aka David Ayers, aka Henry Cavill. They were making it hard for us to get Henry Cavill back. So that's another thing that I like. And another thing, he even said this, guys, we ain't gonna try to compete with Marvel because we don't need to be Marvel. And so, I think they're going into
every 20 projects that Marvel put out, DC only need to put out 10 quality ones.
Yeah.
That's it.
And so-
There's enough
DC
room
have
at
never
the
been one
table.
to churn it out.
There's enough room at the table for everybody. We can have good DC for once. We can have good Marvel, hopefully. Like
And,
Yeah.
and my
double the
thing
good
is,
content is good. Everybody wins.
and this man
And
is
then it makes
basically
Marvel
saying
Arcade
like
game
he
good.
because like they said that they wanted to throw Shazam inside in the movie. He said like no, we gotta build Shazam up. We gotta build this thing up, man. Like
I like it. I like it. Good man. Good man.
This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
The
if
one you-
anything, going forward, I think they should still keep the events that they've done canon, just for storyline's sake. But going forward, you know, soft reboot it. Soft reboot it.
Because I don't think they're gonna.
That'll be the clarity.
I don't think they're doing the Snyderverse or the Josh Whedonverse. I think they're just doing.
I think that's probably better because they're two different styles and they don't mesh together at all. So having a new vision from this point onwards, you know,
because like they try to put the Whedon cut out there, and then like the fans started complaining, like Rock got rid of it like real quick. So like I'm thinking that
I'm not being associated with that crap.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that it's gonna be just like James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Oh, it happened, but guess what? You know, it is what it is.
We can't talk about it, kind of thing. It's like like how the Incredible Hulk for MCU, it was never mentioned. Like it's canon, but it's not.
Yeah, Bruce never mentions those events.
It's not mentioned. It's barely ever mentioned. Like
Ross doesn't mention it. Like
I put it, every DCEU movie up to this point will probably be like that.
It's like soft reboot, man.
It's
like, and I gotta say this. This is one of my main things. This is for just, it don't matter if you're a DC fan. Show up to this project. I'm being serious. Like, show up to this project.
Hey, as soon as the hint of like when the Rock says, right, strongest on this earth but not in the universe, I was like, oh, that it doesn't mean fucking Brainiac. Yeah. Like, come on, who else is it gonna be? I'm sorry, Dwayne. I love you, bro, but I guarantee you that must have stung a little bit to know.
I put it this way.
Yeah,
like this is what
I can't win that fight.
If you're a DC fan, go watch Black Adam. If you're a Joss Whedon fan, go watch Black Adam. If you're a Snyder fan, guess what? Zack Snyder went to the Black Adam premiere. Your ass better be there and everything. Like, go watch this movie. Like, listen. They're looking at the numbers on this movie. This has to be successful. If it ain't successful, then I don't know what else to tell you. Henry Cavill might not come back. I'll just put it that way. So you're doing this for Henry Cavill.
Because I think you got to convince Henry to come back. Like, Henry would want to do it for the fans, and he likes the role. And we know that. But there's probably been so much stuff that's happened behind the scenes. He's probably like, look, guys, Marvel are just down there. If I come back, I need a guarantee you're on money.
Guess who guaranteed his The Rock.
You know what? The Rock is everywhere, and I stand by that. But if he gets DC back on track, then I take back everything I said.
Tell me why an ex-wrestler has more clout and accountability on
professional businessmen should be doing.
He got Henry Cavill and Man of Steel too, basically.
I need to do a fan video for The Rock. Yeah. The minute I see Henry Cavill in that cinema, dude, like, I really hope it is true. If Henry Cavill is it, I'm gonna be so flipping gutted.
Dude, like, there's strong rumors, like, from people that already seen it, and they're saying, like,
oh, I'm sorry, screw Marvel, screw everything else. When Henry Cavill pops back up, I don't care about anything. I don't care about nothing else. Dun, 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 dun. Oh God.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I need Henry Cavill back.
I may shed a tear. Like, we haven't seen it properly in ages. And it'll be the second coming of Jesus. Like, that's what it'll be. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Out of all the superhero characters who have been casted in the last 2 decades, he's like at least top 3. Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
he's perfect for Superman.
Yeah, he's spot on.
It's yeah. But rest in peace to Hagrid. That's sad.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. to him. That's that got me. That was sad. But yeah, it's. I just think that the way DC need to play it is stop trying to be like Marvel. Stop that shit. You can do a universe, but do it your own way. Don't do 10 of this and 20 of that and 5 of those, and because Marvel will just they're doing
simple process, man. One movie at a time, baby. One movie at a time.
What, right? And again, I'm not Marvel or DC. I believe true balance lies in the middle. You can like both, as we've always said. But let's be honest, Marvel needs some competition right now. And with them bringing in these grounded characters, I want DC to show them how to do it. Because DC won't care; they'll show them.
Yeah.
If they get
they have no qualms, they'll do it. If it needs to be 15, they made the Batman a 15 alone, and the Batman is DC's front runner boy. If they make him a 15, they'll make anyone a 15. So Marvel, I don't want to hear none of the bullshit excuse. Oh, but they're teaming. I don't care. In ensembles and crossovers, yes, you can have PG-13. You're telling me Blade, Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Punisher, those kinds of people, Mephisto.
They're rated R characters. Anything less than rated R, I will not approve of it. Don't try to even convince me.
Hell no. Hell no. No, thank you. But with DC, as much as they've got to be careful, because the double edge to this is DC kind of edge just a bit on that edgy territory a bit.
It's one of those things where DC
Marvel needs to go a bit more all in on dark, and DC needs
Marvel can do whatever they want to now, but DC can't afford to do anything they want to. They got to go all in.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right, this is their last chance with me, bro. If they mess up again,
if they mess up, I'm done. Don't care.
Oh my god.
Because I talked to Darius, didn't I talk to you before this Campbell news, and they were saying like, "Hey man, I don't know what they're gonna do with DC or whatever, but they should just go back to standalone stuff like they used to." Now, since it looks like, what The Rock is doing is like, all right,
yeah, they've got
like you got an actual dude that actually wants the source material to be good. Like he's like literally telling you like, this is how you guys do it. It's really simple. Just give them what they want. It's simple. That's all. You don't have to listen to all of us all the time, but we're just saying like some stuff just needs to be like, okay.
Like you don't need to go to every lowest common denominator to please a fan. Like obviously we all have our expectations of what we'd want to see from Man of Steel 2, like Brainiac, for instance, or whatever. But just at surface level, Henry Cavill back. That's what everyone wants. We'll deal with the story later. We just want him back properly. Ben Affleck back. Ray Fisher back. We want them all. Ezra Miller recast his ass. Other than that, bring everyone back. Get him the hell out of there. Or they, them, or whatever. Just get him out of there. Get him choking people out and doing whatever he's doing. Get him out of there. Recast him. Get bloody what's his face? Grant Gustin over and then make him the Flash. We are the Flash and live out. You know, The Rock isn't going to let that happen on the big screen. But this is an opportunity now. Both gone off camera at the same time. But
no, you know what you did. You know what you said. You know what you said.
I said
they both went off camera at the same time.
You know what you
said. It seems what is going on. It looks like what is going on, in my opinion, is it looks like David Zaslav, The Rock, and James Gunn might just be in charge of this whole entire universe until they get something going or whatever.
This is the thing. It's like we were saying that they don't need. I mean, Kevin Feige must be on Cloud 9, because he's literally a job description, right? They don't need a Kevin Feige. They don't have one. What you need is just a team of people that have a vision, that know the product. You can affiliate with Christopher Nolan for stories and symbolism. You can talk to Zack Snyder for cinematography and intimate moments. You could talk to James Gunn for the comedy and the space and, you know, how you wrangle in character relationships. You could build a team, a network of just connective tissue, you know, and then you've got your formula. It's not that hard. Like, it's literally right. How does every business in the world work?
It's like, because I think what's building up to is they want to do that Shazam. If you watch that cartoon movie of Shazam
and Black Adam,
Superman versus Black Adam, I think that's what they were trying to build up to, bro. Like,
yeah,
they'll build up to that. I mean, I have a feeling just for power levels, if touch wood, Soups is to enter the DC universe again, he's going to put Black Adam on his ass. So I think the real fight is going to be Black Adam and Shazam. That fight will slap.
Yeah.
And I mean, as much as I prefer a bit more of a sinister Black Adam every now and then, with The Rock playing him and Zachary Levi, I mean,
We know how this is gonna go.
we know.
Yeah.
It's the surprise. Like we know.
I know this might be a little bit of a hot take, but would you say that friggin' Shazam is basically like the Spider-Man of the DC kind of going forward?
Kind of.
In a way.
The kid.
In a way, for the comedy, yeah. But I think, with Shazam, I actually don't mind the first one. I think it's all right.
I actually like Shazam.
It gets heavily ragged on, but the thing is, and this is where because I ragged on Marvel a bit, I need to rag on DC. Where DC fans, you got to stop being edgy emo people. Like, sometimes it's okay to have a bit of comedy in there. And Shazam is a kid as a superhero.
It makes sense for him to be like that. It'd be like if they made Spider-Man dark and edgy.
We literally had Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Suicide Squad. Like, we've had all these weird, dark, edgy movies. Like, it was refreshing to have a movie that was just fun. Like, when it needed.
I like this Shazam. You just had a kid that's trying to be a superhero, bro.
You know that scene where he sees his mum? Like, where he sees his mum after like 20 odd years. Like,
oh man, that was hard. I felt so sad for him,
no
bro.
idea what the ball is, and he held on to that his whole life.
And then she was surprised when she saw him. Like, who are you again? Like, snap.
And the ball that he's attached his identity to his whole life, he held on to it, takes it to his mum. She doesn't remember anything about it. Ouch!
It was really sad that like she told him basically like
they got Jerry from Walking Dead in there, so
she wasn't responsible. Like she wasn't like she said that she wasn't gonna be a good mom, and she just said that she had to like. I mean, she could have handled it better, but I thought it was like, obviously like she should.
It happens in real life like that.
In a way, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
They did that because that's something that I think a lot of kids can relate to. Like,
yeah,
we've all known people in that situation.
She basically
feel privileged enough to know people in that situation.
In America, you can like leave your kid at a fire station or like a police place,
and there's no consequences either.
No,
that's basically what she did.
And I love the theme of. It's going to sound ironic, but I love the theme of family in this movie, where it's family, where it's it's not necessarily about. That's when Vin Diesel gets to like 70 years old. He just starts becoming full Arnold. But it's not necessarily. I mean, hey, if Arnold and Sylvester can bury their beef, maybe The Rock and Vin can for Fast and Furious 10. But it's not about necessarily your bloodline. And there's a scene in the movie that kind of breaks my heart. You know the little girl, I've forgotten her name, where she like looks at Billy as like an older brother, and then he says something, and then she just walks off like sad.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah. Like
Billy, really, come on, come on, Billy.
His stepsister, basically, like his black stepsister.
Family dynamic to it. It's really refreshing. It's nice. They
didn't make the foster family evil, because I've seen too many movies where they do that.
That's too much of a trope. That needs to stop.
Matilda.
Man, listen. But I think Shazam was like low key, like looking at, like trying to look at his foster sister, like, hey, bro, like, hey, that's your foster sister. You can't look at her no more like that, bro.
Well,
let me stop.
It ain't blood.
It ain't blood. I mean, it's only a dotted line, and they're only. Do you know what? They're renting. They're just renting in the building.
It's renting.
That's my roommate, bro. That's my roommate, bro.
They're lodgers. They're not family in that sense.
Roommate. It's a roommate.
I mean, come on. It's basically set up that it's like the Iris and Barry thing. They've known each other since they were kids.
No, that's weird. That's weird. That's a little weird. That's weird. I'm sorry. That's weird. That's weird, bro. That basically is his sister. That's weird. Nah. Bro.
What you mean from the show?
Yeah, that's a little odd.
I've known you since you were like 8 years old. We're practically family.
Yeah.
You remember when Joe was like reacting to them two when they were together, and then Joe was just like, "Oh God, Jesus." Sorry, that was funny. That was when Flash was funny.
It's like I was like, yo, hey, it looked like they were okay, whatever. You know what? I'm too much into it.
I mean, come on. Like, I mean, if we have to be, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen.
Probably gonna happen. Hey, it's better than the what was it the Enchantress and whatever that MTV Suicide Squad movie was.
Oh god.
Sorry, I had to bring it up. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to this, and I think what's great about this is the answer was in front of them the whole flipping time. All it took was The Rock to say, "If you smell what the formula is cooking," it's literally right there. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do a Marvel. Oh, we've got this coming to HBO Max next month. We've got 5 shows. You don't need to do all that malarkey.
They're trying to rebuild their brand.
You don't need to do all that malarkey over here.
I like the fact that David Zaslav said, like, listen, 10-year. He set the foundation, 10-year plan. I like The Rock taking over that 10-year plan, and I like the fact that they're gonna take their time.
Exactly, and you've got variety now. Like this Earth, we still have Ben Affleck. You could use Michael Keaton in a multiverse sense down the line for like a No Way Home Batman.
They're gonna have both of them.
Now, I wouldn't mind if you have Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, and Robert Pattinson, Adam West.
No. Adam
West the King.
Keep them separate. No.
Well, Val Kipner says that he wants to come back as Batman. I'm like,
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Batman No Way Home. Like, imagine if it's earned, like down the line. If it's earned, like you'll be excited to see Michael Keaton again. Like we all will. But that's when you earn it, not when you just think, okay, Michael Keaton, let's bring him back. We need to save this shit. No,
I think they want to try to build this up to where like they do like Batman Beyond.
That's what they're doing.
Why don't they just do that and stop doing this weird Batman?
They literally listen. I want to be positive on DC, but I'm gonna say, listen,
but in terms of this particular universe, Ben Affleck is the Batman.
That's fine.
But they're gonna have 2 of them. They're gonna have. That's my point. They're gonna have him.
Are they bringing Michael Keaton over, or is he in the universe?
Yes,
they're bringing Michael Keaton over. That's what people are saying.
Is it permanent or is it just temporary?
Yes.
So it's permanent.
Yeah.
Until Crisis.
Things are subject to change now, bro. Like until
I personally wouldn't do that.
It might not change. Just saying.
I mean, who knows what's going on with the Flash at this point?
I mean, I think they're going to change that. I think The Rock's going to say, don't even fucking release that. Like, don't.
Honestly, the Flash, bro.
I'd rather they release Batgirl. Don't release Flash. Sorry.
Don't release that movie, please don't.
Please don't.
It's gonna get released.
No.
Can't wait.
It's probably gonna be like that movie's gonna be a cluster.
I'm sorry, you cannot do Flashpoint without Reverse Flash. That shit makes no sense. You can't do it.
Like
The Rock may have power, but he might only have one portion of the power over there.
Yeah, I know. But
the Superman characters, he ain't gonna control that.
The thing was, David was trying to make sure that the Flash movie didn't come out, but he got outvoted by his peers, and so like,
they don't care about integrity.
Because they blew hundreds of millions of dollars on it apparently, which I don't know why the movie cost that much. Whatever.
Because like for what I heard was David Zaslav was saying like, dude, like you got a dude that's choking out people. We can't be associated with this and everything. They're like, It's like he's like this is not gonna be good. Like,
what's the selling point of your movie? Ezra Miller stars in the Flash.
Can't do
that woman out.
Ezra Miller cannot do press. He can't do press for the movie.
You can't. You have the star of the movie who's not even promoting the movie. That's like me doing a Kings of Pop Culture advert and not being in it. I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna stay home today.
It's like one of those, hey guys, I tried, but I got outvoted. So
I mean, look, if this movie does look, we can't have it all. Like we can't have it all. It's gonna be a steady transition back to the better days of DC. Touch wood.
No, I'm excited.
I think The Rock is steering us on the right course. Even if we're in the 70 to 30% range, I can live with that. That's
better than what they've been doing.
So better than 30 to 70. Like, so
yeah.
We'll just have to put up with it. We're like, okay, all right, he's here. Great. But I'll take one Michael Keaton over any Ezra Miller.
But it just seems like it seems like Warner Brothers Discovery wants to make some dollars. So like,
Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. I tell you what, right? As much as Michael Keaton is nostalgic, you need to make me believe he can stand toe to toe with Ben Affleck on screen. Not like just as the actor, but I mean as the character.
Yeah, good
Ben
thing they
Affleck is a
scrapped that
Punisher Batman, you know, like Michael Keaton can't even beat up 2 dudes on a roof.
Can't beat up a random black dude, but that's a whole nother ballgame.
He sure can beat up a random black dude. But look, I'm excited.
Come on.
I hope Henry Cavill is back. I hope it's to start the right direction. Even though some other stuff, I still don't like what I'm hearing. I'm not getting clarification yet, but it's a start. It is a start.
I think. Look, we can kind of see what they haven't said it, but I think we can kind of see where the clarification's they're gonna just soft reboot it and then try again. That's
what I'm saying. Like they basically just said, like, if you're a Snyder fan, guess what? You got the cast. If you're a Joss Whedon fan, guess what? Your stuff don't exist, but guess what? We got the cast. Like,
we got the cast.
Well, that's the thing. They don't necessarily need to carry on with the visions or the creators because there's too much bad blood. Just at least have the characters and the actors. That way you can still sort of.
It's one of those things where The Rock basically just said, like, all right, guys, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna express our feelings. All right.
Feelings.
What do you guys think?
Now I get the talking pillow.
No, there was this thing about Ben Affleck that got leaked that said that he's been like, I think like some like messages got leaked between like one of his agents or like somebody personal that said like he's been like filming as a bat on Warner Brothers. So like and then Jason Momoa was on Instagram and he was in the Aquaman suit. So they're doing something over there. They're cooking up something.
They're setting it.
They're setting it up. Setting it up.
And I tell you what, right? That Joss Sweetie Pie, as King would say, first Justice League movie feels so distant now with the Snyder Cut and this potential second one we'll be building up to. So
because they basically just said, like, listen, if you're a Snyder fan, it's a Snyderverse
because you're not going to please everyone. Because believe it or not, can't imagine why, but there are Josh Sweetie Pie fans of that movie for some reason. And then, you know, there's Zack Snyder edgy fans. So you've got 2 different types of fans. You're not going to please everyone. You can just try.
So that's why I just said, like, I think they basically just said, like, you're a fan of this? Sorry. Guess what? You got the cast, though. You're a fan of this? Sorry. You got the cast, though.
Hey, like, if it works, it works, you know.
Because as soon as they put out a little bit of that snippet of the Whedon cut, and they found out no one didn't like that. Rock said, like, you better remove that right now. Like, they did it within 24 hours. Yeah.
I need to go and see Black Adam the minute it drops.
And so, and what's it called? Hey, me and RJ are willing to eat our words if this movie ends up being good. Like,
this is the thing. I don't expect the movie to be a masterpiece. It's going to be The Rock being The Rock.
I expect a
action
7.5, 7 out of 10 movie. Like
I'd say a 7.5. But if that man is
I want to be wrong in this. Believe me,
I'll give it an 8.
We want to be wrong.
This will be an 8 out of 10 for me if there's Henry Cavill in it.
Yeah, I'll bump it up a little bit.
Me and RJ want to be wrong about this, people. Sometimes it's not good to be always right. It's like, you know, like
Halloween.
Yeah, like with Morbius, I knew that was gonna suck, and I was right.
Yeah, it's not always good to be right. Halloween ends. It's not always good to be right. Oh, but I need to be right about everything. Sometimes I want to be proven wrong.
It's like it humbles you a little bit. Like,
and
it's
the
okay.
thing is, look, you know, for those who are more into Marvel, you've been eating good. For people like us who are into both, you've got Marvel that's all right. They've had a bit of a slump, but they're still pretty enjoyable. And then you got DC that are just like that second child you have that come like last place in every event on Sports Day.
we like both, so that doesn't go for us. But
yeah, it's just depressing though, because you look at what Marvel's doing, and then you look at DC, you're like.
I mean, and the thing is, like, it's like, I'll put it like this way. DC is like that family member that's coming off the drugs. Okay, it's coming off the drugs. Okay, like you see the potential. You know, every once in a while,
they can't keep getting away with it.
Sometimes they relapse a little bit.
They relapse back.
and then they can put out something good. Like
I mean, look,
don't
put it
worry.
this way, a lot of the reason why there was a lot of drama behind the scenes, and then we'll move on to the next topic and whatnot. But a lot of the reason there was drama behind the scenes is because there was so much crap going on between executives, directors, actors, producers, all across the board. If you do a reset and we've cleaned house and you make it a happy environment, those who left because of the toxicity will be more inclined to come back. And if you've got an overarching vision, those who left because there was no vision, that wasn't a pun to MCU vision. I was pointing at Henry Cavill. Looks like I was pointing at Danny. But, we'll be more inclined to come back. It's right there.
Pretty much. Because to me,
these guys get no perks off of me, but they're here every week.
It's like, to me, my opinion is like when David Zaslav came into power, his main thing was like I think he loved Superman like low key because like that was the first thing he asked, bro. Like
I always say this: Marvel has a bigger breadth of roster that is more interesting and exciting. Yeah, but DC have the better characters, as far as I'm concerned. Like other than like let's say Spider-Man and like your
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Yeah. Other than those guys, right? You've got like 100 great Marvel characters for 10 amazing DC characters. Yeah. I'm talking Batman, Joker, Jason Todd, like those guys. You know, that's the difference between DC and Marvel. In the right way is if you want focus on let's say 10 specific ones, you go DC. If you want specific like teams and variety. Go,
that's why we need both to be good at the same time.
I put it this way. It was just like back then when Stan Lee even said. Like Stan Lee even said this. He says the difference between Marvel and DC is like Marvel is more like, your common type of person, like, common man type of thing. Whereas he literally said this. DC is more like godlike characters. Like, I didn't say that. Stan Lee said that. So
Marvel's not afraid to give Tony Stark an alcohol problem. DC would never do that. They would never do that. I mean, sometimes they do stuff with Bruce Wayne, but like not like that. Like they don't.
Yeah. That's why the Zack Snyder stuff I think was so hard for people to,
that man doesn't kill. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Sorry.
No. Yeah. He doesn't kill. He really doesn't. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of
Michael Keaton did it.
Danny, that I'm kind of. I don't mind seeing a Batman kind of just go. You know what? Fuck it. But it's still not.
Like I said, Michael Keaton, your precious Michael Keaton shot somebody. So that's why I'm just saying I don't
like what he did it. I didn't like what he did it either.
No, I don't like what he did it either.
I'm just saying. I mean, these are the same people. These are the same people that said like, "Oh, Batman doesn't kill," but meanwhile they have a Michael Keaton Batman poster in the back. Like, well, wait a minute, hold on, dude.
Michael Keaton can't even beat up anyone. He's like shooting people.
It's not even believable when he kills it because he got his ass beat by a black dude.
No, but the thing is, aside from that, that's crazy enough. I mean, Henry's about to smack down on Black Adam, but it's not the fact that he can't even beat up people. He's shooting people. But with Ben Affleck, his Batman, he shoots people, but he can beat them up as well. Like, so
he doesn't need to shoot them. What are you shooting people for?
It's just a luxury for him. But Michael Keaton, like, doing it, it's like, you probably might want to do that because you can only beat up a dude at the end on a bloody bell tower. Like, you can't fight anyone.
I'm gonna say this again. Imagine in the next Spider-Man movie, he just started snapping people's necks. He just started doing that shit. That's what that felt like to me.
Imagine if he just went up behind Ned.
I'm just saying, man. Like, when I first watched the movie, I was like, "Yo, why is Batman straight up?" The thing is,
we've never seen it. It's one of those extreme things where it's not my Batman. Why can't we get the wait, that's Spider-Man. But we
got it now.
Finally.
Oh my gosh, this Batman's brutal. This Batman's like straight up like.
There's a part of me that likes seeing a Batman that just says "fuck it" and just starts.
It's like
a part of me that likes it.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that in another universe. So what if
this is like? Hold on, Batman's like beating somebody's head in, like.
That shot of him. That was his Hawk moment. right? That was his Hawk moment. He was going.
Yo, listen to my boy Batman sending prisoners to get shanked up in prison, bro, with the bat sign.
That is the most unforgivable part to me. You know that people get killed in prison with this mark, and you.
He's just like, no, don't do this, please. I'm sorry. I don't mean. Yo, man, he's been marked, bro. He's working for the bat.
You're just like shaking your head in the corner, like, unbelievable. But yeah, make DC great again. And I can say, so see, these guys are all American. I'm from the UK, so I don't care about all that political crap. So I can say make DC great again. So don't say
make DC great again.
Make DC great again.
Maybe we can get like three black superheroes. Maybe we could get 3 black superheroes on the screen together. I mean,
look again. Can we stop having just one token? Do you know what? Yeah. Wait, you really want 3 black? You really want 3 black superheroes on screen?
I don't really care like that. It was just fun.
There you go.
I call Green Lantern. Okay, I call Green Lantern.
See, I've done more for diversity in than Hollywood's ever done, within seconds. And we got all the 3 shades of. I know what I did there, but yes, better days of DC. Fingers crossed, toes crossed.
Like seriously, if you're a DC fan, go watch Black Marvel. Seriously, like
Black Marvel.
Black Marvel.
Oh Lord.
That's what DC is. It's Marvel Black.
Black Marvel.
Hey, bro, that's what DC's tagline is. It's Marvel but black.
Well, technically, Marvel. It is Black Marvel because Captain Marvel. I mean,
that lawsuit.
Yeah. Black Marvel.
Black Marvel.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you got bloody people out shooting people, and come on. Stereotypes. Sorry, gotta be careful.
Batman.
Gotta be careful.
Batman.
I might have to go off screen just briefly. Right now, next topic, Danny boy.
So, like I said, we're gonna talk a little bit more about Batman because we missed it last month because of
I've said all I needed to say on that one, so you guys go straight in.
It's really more for like Darius and Yinko, like about Batman the animated series or whatever. What you guys think about it or whatever.
All right, let me see.
I'll let Yinko go first.
It was very well done. I mean, very dark, very edgy for its time. Especially for the early 90s.
Yeah.
It had lots of good plots and characters, and I watched it all the time when I was a kid. I mean, I was glued to the screen. I mean, the Batmobile.
Those old reruns.
Oh yeah, that music was on point too.
Oh, it was. It was.
The intro is amazing.
I mean, that shot right there of that cinematic gold. If we get a shot like that of Michael Keaton, I wouldn't mind that.
I am vengeance.
I am the night. I am
Batman.
Black Man.
I think it was the movie The Batman Gotham Knights. I think that was that what it was called? Gotham Knight.
Oh, that one. That one was connected actually to the Batman Gotham Knight. That one was actually connected to the Nolan verse. Believe it or not.
That was a good one. Yeah, that came out in 2008.
Yeah, that one's actually connected to the Nolan verse right there. Like the Batman Gotham Knights one or whatever. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, the animated series lasted 5 years, September 1992 to September of 95.
Damn. Felt like it went on for even longer than that. I think it's just because it was so good that it was just played on and on and on and on.
You know how you watch reruns back as a kid? You just did not care about for this show. You just didn't care, bro. Like because it was.
Oh yeah, like you'd gladly rewatch an episode, and what you would do
Exactly.
is you would look at the TV guide or whatever to see if there was a specific episode coming up, and you're like, I need to watch that one. I need to leave there immediately. Did it again.
It's like
but yeah, like watching reruns of the show is it's never gonna get old.
yeah, for sure, man.
The show will always hold a special space in all of our hearts. It's just such a staple of the superhero TV medium.
Especially, I don't know, man. Like my favorite episode. I don't know what Yinko. What was your favorite episode, bro?
Oh, there's so many. I want to say there was one with Sub-Zero in it, or Sub-Zero. Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. Heart of Ice.
Yeah, they could adapt that into live action.
I hope they do, bro.
That would be a good one to do. I think that's unanimously agreed as one of the best arcs in it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that arc. It was good. I was actually sat there rewatching some the other day, and then just going down memory lane. Just a nice trip down memory lane. Such a fun show to watch. It just reminds me of the time where things were simpler, in terms of pop culture. It would just focus on the story, the character, the narrative, and it wouldn't. It would only focus on what the story needed. It wouldn't do some just unnecessary contrived stuff just to be edgy, like Halloween.
Yeah. I think, I liked the Heart of Ice one, and also my personal favorite one is actually the Clayface one because it's kind of sad, bro. Like how Clayface became Clayface, bro. Like,
That will be a good one for them to do down the line. I think they should do the Mr. Freeze one, definitely.
For the Matt Reeves.
Yeah. If anything, you could do Heart of Ice for Matt Reeves, and then you could do the Clayface one for maybe Ben Affleck or something.
Yeah, the supernatural stuff fits better there.
You give like the grounded ones to Robert, and then you give the more supernatural, otherworldly ones to Ben.
So pretty much like you have like Ben Affleck has. So Ben Affleck has like Killer Croc, Man Bat, Clayface.
Yeah. I think it just makes sense because of like what they've established now with that universe. I think
it's kind of weird. Matt Reeves universe, like supernatural stuff that happened. Like I don't believe supernatural stuff exists in like this kind of universe.
I think they'll keep it grounded in that universe.
Yeah.
If they're going straight out of the comic book of the Long Halloween, then they can make it work sort of because some of them have appeared in the.
It can work. Like Marvel started off with Iron Man, and then we have like.
I mean, if the Matt Reeves universe is to continue on for X amount of time, I see them keeping it grounded for a while and then transitioning. So like they'll start with all the grounded dudes, like the proper Hush, Two-Face. What's another good one? Maybe bring the Riddler back, Joker. Black Mask, and then you transition from those guys into like Clayface, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy. You start getting a bit more supernatural with it.
Yeah,
I think Two-Face is going to be safe for the Penguin show. I think it's Harvey Dent is going to go after the Penguin because like they really don't like each other in the comic book.
Take it easy.
The Penguin hates Harvey Dent, and Harvey Dent hates the Penguin because it's kind of Two-Face is kind of odd with the Batman Rogues Gallery or whatever. Like Two-Face doesn't really like any of the villains like that. Nope. Like he still believes that he's a good guy.
He still thinks of himself as a good guy. So
yeah,
for himself.
He just.
Okay, I guess we take it over the stream. What are you gonna say, Darius?
I guess I'll tell the story about how I got into Batman the animated series because it's kind of a weird story. Honestly, I was born.
No idea what happened there.
I was born like way after. Like I was born like 10 years after.
Oh yeah, sure.
So what I grew up with, I grew up with around the time of like the big superhero shows were Spectacular Spider-Man, Batman Brave and the Bold. Avengers Earth Mighty. Yeah, like I grew up with all those. But there was this one channel. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. They did reruns of Batman the Animated Series and like Spider-Man the Animated Series. It might have been Boomerang. I don't know. But like,
It was
there was
probably
some.
Jetix. It's probably Jetix.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was because they showed
Yeah, Jetix.
Yu-Gi-Oh too. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Jetix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Jetix. They showed. That's what I just remember watching. I was like, oh, this is really good because I had never seen it because it was before my time. But like, I watched. They show like pretty much every episode. Like Jacob said, sometimes they'd be like out of order. Like they'd show like episodes that are like happened way later, like way before. So like,
Yeah, they always did that. It was strange.
I would try to like make sure I got every episode. Like, okay, have I seen this one before? No, yes, but yeah, it's kind of a boring answer, but I like Heart of Ice behind my favorite like arc, an episode.
It makes you feel sorry for Mr. Freeze, bro. It's like, damn, dude.
That's before I started comics. I had no idea about like his backstory and everything, and
because of this story, they put it inside the comic books. Like that was a good thing.
That's like how good this show was. They changed the comics. They obviously Harley Quinn didn't exist before the show, and she's like arguably the Batman and Joker. She's the face of like Batman, like the Batman, like other than Batman and Joker, like she's like the face of like the Batman side of comics. She has her own show now.
Like thinking that Joker and Harley are in game material.
You threw her out of a window, guys. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, how many times have we got to say like we put it out there? They're not related.
That's not close to the worst thing he's ever done either. But he threw her out of a window in the show.
She pushed her out of a window, bro.
But it's goals apparently.
Like it's just so iconic, and even though I am a massive, massive, massive Spider-Man fanboy, Batman is my second favorite DC character, my top 5 favorite superheroes in general, and this show is the best.
Sorry. You're on
This show is the best animated superhero show of all time. I got this at number 1. I was Justice League at 2, and then Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, and then you can fill it out.
You guys don't understand, man. DC back in the day, man. DC.
Then Teen Titans. Teen Titans is up there too. Oh, they still piss me off how they ended that show.
Don't bring up Teen Titans, man. Like that.
Where is season 6? Zaslav, I will take back everything I said about you. Give me season 6 right now. Give it to me right now. Where is it?
Would you like a little a Flash animated show, Darius?
You know what? Yeah, if they can make a good one, go. Yeah, why not? But yeah, like, it's so iconic. Like, it's probably the definitive take on Batman, which is weird to say.
Yeah, the whole show encapsulates everything that the character should be.
Because they get. Oh, go ahead, Zarius. Go ahead.
Like they touch. Like there are like obviously like there's different like in all the live action ones there's always different aspects of Batman like they never get the entire thing like they always get like Nolan they kind of did the detective like philosophical side of Batman like him and the relationship with him and Joker but it felt too realistic like that's my one complaint it felt like this is too realistic and then you have Punisher Batman. He has the fighting skill of Batman. Robert Pattinson is a great Batman, great detective Batman. We just haven't gotten to Bruce Wayne yet. That's obviously going to come, but it's not right now. We haven't got the Bruce Wayne part yet. But like, the Batman in this show is all of those things, and like that's something we haven't gotten in live action yet. But and Kevin Conroy is a goat. He's a great, amazing.
The Batcave was pretty kick-ass too. I mean, the Batcave.
Batcave was awesome. Batmobile was badass.
Yeah,
like that shot is cinematic gold.
The only thing that I do not like, and King knows where I'm going with this.
Jesus, I already know.
the Batgirl thing. What the hell was that?
That ship. Because of this show. No, because like y'all don't get it. Because Bruce Timm and Paul Dini made that shit popular, bro. Like because of this show, like they always hinted it that they wanted.
Oh god!
And it kind of became a thing in comics for a little bit. I was like, please, no.
Can we not? Can we not do this? Like,
you mess with your son's. mess with your surrogate son's girlfriend. You're wrong, Bruce. You're a horrible person. Like,
and obviously, this led to Batman Beyond. It was another great show, underrated show, by the way. Not a good people talk about Batman.
Dude, my thing is this. I know people that never gave Batman Beyond a chance, bro. Like, they said they will not watch it because it's not Bruce Wayne is not Batman.
I get feeling like that. I felt that way a long time about Peter Parker. He is Spider-Man. He will always be the only Spider-Man. Then I saw Spider-Verse, and I was like, okay, now it's gonna work. It can work.
But the way they did it, making Terry and Bruce like related,
it was a
convoluted.
shoehorn, but I was like,
it's convoluted,
right.
but it works. It's some like clone shit. It's weird, but like it works.
I mean, they kind of retconned it in the Batman Beyond comics, but like, you know, part of me just saying like, I can still see why it's Bruce still. Like, you put it on the show, people are gonna remember it, dog. Like,
yeah,
because a lot of people don't read comic books. They're gonna like watch the show before they go read a comic book. That's just the way it is. Like, you know,
they always flock to the screen first. That's just how it works.
Just how it works, man. Like,
Just
but you know, I think me personally, like, some of the Batman animated series villains should be in the Penguin show and Matt Reeves universe going forward. Like, at least the gangster type of guys or whatever, the mafia.
Like Black Mask and people like that. Hush, all those guys. Get them over.
Black Mask, Carface, Tony Zuko, the person that killed Robin's parents. You know,
was Victor Zsasz in the first
Joe
one?
Chill.
Joe Chill.
Was that Victor Zsasz in the opening of the first Matt Reeves one, or was that someone else?
They never confirm whether that's Zsasz or not. They never say it.
If it's not, they can make it official and bring him back. He'd be good to carry on with like a recurring thing.
And then you got
you can even do like Professor Pig and those guys, but they might be too scary.
Dude.
Professor Pig.
You know who wants to make a good person in this universe? I keep on saying this, man. They need to get Rupert Thorne on.
Ooh.
Rupert Thorne needs to be in the Matt Reeves universe, bro. Like,
hang on, let me have a look.
What's the dude? I remember the dude from the comics who like took over. It was on Nightfall when Bane broke Bruce's. Oh, was it Azazel?
Azazel,
freaking class.
Yes.
Oh, Azazel. Yeah.
He would be so good to bring in. I loved Azazel.
Scarface could make a good.
Hugo Strange. You want to bring him in?
Yeah,
Hugo Strange. Yeah, dude. They need to combine animated series stuff with Arkham stuff. Like Hugo Strange.
They could do Ra's al Ghul down the line.
I know we got Scarecrow and Batman Begins, but if we can get like Arkham Scarecrow, that was a scary motherfucker.
Oh my god. They can
Arkham
do Ra's al Ghul, the proper Black Mask, Hugo Strange, Court of Owls.
Give me an actual real Bane, Luchador Bane.
Or you could have a Phantasm in there.
I'm gonna go sneak that in. I knew it.
Of course, Phantasm. Of course, like I need Andrea Beaumont to make her appearance so we could have this love triangle between.
Oh, God. You can do Court of Owls stuff down the line with Talon.
I think Robert wants to do that.
Those guys like
Court of Owls. Me personally, it should be Court of Owls versus the League of Shadows, bro, fighting over Gotham City. That's
you know what? Like, just on a side note, but related to that, Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul? What do you guys prefer?
I say both. I don't know why.
I say both.
I'm not gonna lie. When they started saying it in like the Arrow shows and whatnot, they were like Ra's al Ghul. I was like, Raz.
You know what
else they could do?
Sounds better.
They should put Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, as a supporting character in Batman. That'd be cool.
I'm glad you said that. If there was any, because the thing is, the more villains they bring in, he's gonna need help. And I don't know how contained they'll keep Matt Reeves' Batman stuff. I hope they leave it isolated and alone, if you know what I mean. Keep it just Batman. But if you're gonna give him help, characters that can work, like his sidekicks, Nightwing, Robin, that sort of stuff. Not Batgirl. I just no, because I know it's gonna no.
She doesn't fit.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, well, to be fair, like she could fit, but I just don't want DC fanboys to go, oh, Killing Joke.
You don't need this
because there are some people out there like that. But Green Arrow is a good shout. Hell, do you know what? Can we just get Stephen Amell to play like Arrow over there? I think it'd be like if he's in multiverse, just bring him on over there as Green Arrow.
Yeah,
he would fit in Matt Reeves' universe.
Yeah, imagine him. Yeah, Bruce, Oliver, whatever Robin they end up using, probably a combination, a little bit of Jason and Dick Grayson, probably like a combination of both.
Yeah, a bit of both. Bit of both. You also have Catwoman out there.
Not Robin and Batman. I'm sick and tired of being your shadow. Oh, shut up, Robin.
It's about time we got a live action Robin that's not dog shit. Like, can we get a good live action serious Robin?
Please. Can we get Tanner in there, please?
Yeah. Tanner, he wants to do it. He can do stunts. Like, come on, man.
As much as I like Chris O'Donnell as Robin and Batman Forever, not Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, because he did good in Batman Forever. Like, he did good in Batman Forever. But Batman and Robin, oh Lord, I just didn't want to see him anymore. Like, no, shut up. This is not your movie. Stop it. Like,
you're doing too much.
You're doing way too much, player.
I mean, if you look at it like this, like they've got the Joker in one cell, they've got the Riddler in the other. I think what we've said for a while now is they're going to fill the cells in Arkham, and then they're going to have a massive breakout. So if you're going to fill all those cells with villains, you need as Nick Fury would say, we need a response team.
Bro, could you just imagine if
Alfred could throw down as well, like him strapping up with an M16? Come on.
Bro, can you just imagine you got
Alfred Catwoman back? You bring Catwoman back too?
You got Alfred, Catwoman, like all his former Robins with him, Jason Todd as Max, and then you got Andrea Beaumont, the Phantasm, helping them out against
you could have Lucius Fox helping them with the gadgets. You could have maybe Talia al Ghul switching sides briefly or something. You could have
that's her beloved.
You could have Huntress.
You believe it. I mean, you got
most of the teams turning into Bruce's side chicks, but it works.
Black Canary, maybe if Oliver's in it.
That could
the real Black Canary.
But I think Azrael, get him in there.
Azrael.
They need a token guy on the team. Come on.
Azrael. Yeah.
They could get but because it's only like year 2. But you see, this is the thing, because it's such an early Batman. There's some characters that will just be ruled out, like the transitional ones, like Batgirl or Luke Fox.
They could just do like they did Spider-Man, like the first.
To be fair, they could do Luke Fox if they bring in Lucius.
Yeah,
that could work.
Batwing.
Yeah,
there we go. There you go. Just gave you a whole roster of characters to use. DC in the what universe, RJ?
In the Matt Reeves universe.
In the Matt Reeves universe. I'm going to start calling it the Matt RJ.
And whatever they don't use for Matt Reeves Batman, they can give it to Ben Affleck. So
yeah,
that's a good point.
Because I think it's good that we've got the Joker over there now, but I think now that we've got like 3 Batmen, let's diversify the villains a little bit. Let's just start experimenting.
Because it's safe to say that Deathstroke is going to be in the DCEU. I don't think he's going in the Matt Reeves universe. I think he's going to be fighting Ben Affleck's Batman or whatever.
Wait, who's that?
That's true.
The one that's playing Deathstroke.
Oh yeah. Oh, Joe Man. Yeah. So if he's with the Ben Affleck, then maybe Deathstroke won't go over to Matt Reeves because they too many at once.
I think
Deathstroke assassin instead. Probably do like
because I think Deathstroke is going to make an appearance in Peacemaker though. I think he's going to make an appearance in Peacemaker.
Oh, you better not be wasting my time.
If he shows up Peacemaker, I'm sorry, Peacemaker's dead, bro.
Peacemaker's gonna be he's gonna get his ass whooped.
The thing is, it's basically Batman and Deadpool in one.
He's the only one that can. He fought Bruce to a standstill, and technically
he's a merciless. You don't want to fight with Slade, like.
Dude, can you just imagine Peacemaker just said like, all right, big boy, how about me and you? Let's go toe to toe. Are you sure about this?
The good thing about Matt Reeves' Batman as well is if there's ever a situation where there's a breakout in Arkham, Alfred, Mr. Andy Serkis, is going to roll up British Army. He's got the spy gadgets, M16 to hand. He's going to Master Wayne, let's go.
Master,
Don't save them. They don't want to be
Wayne.
saved.
Master Wayne.
Master Wayne, let's go. Master Wayne.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
man,
cannot
cannot
wait
wait
for
for
a
that.
Batman No Way Home.
You got Jeremy Irons.
I want that.
You got.
I want that.
I mean, Ben Affleck got
I
Jeremy.
want it. I want it.
Oh, yeah,
You're wearing an Iron Man thing. I'm wearing a Batman thing. You Marvel fanboy.
I'm a fanboy of both, but
No, but that's what fans do. Like you fan.
You know what? Give us both. Give us the amalgam. Give us the amalgam universe. I'm just playing.
Oh God. Oh.
But yeah, I
I'm gonna do it, Danny. I highly recommend that you don't do that.
highly recommend you
do
don't.
that.
Bro, the only one of those I liked was the Logan Wayne one, the Wolverine Batman one. That was badass. That was badass.
No,
That's too much contractual stuff. Like
the
that's
thing
a
is, I love
contractual
Batman
nightmare.
to death, but when you remove plot, he's getting smoked 80%
He's
of the
getting
time.
smoked. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's
love it.
supposed to.
But when you take away the grounded characters and you start putting him against like
I once
Clayface,
debated a Batman fanboy who said he could beat Goku. I was like, "Are you stupid?"
even with prep time, beating a Super Saiyan.
Wait, no, there's no prep time involved. He's still getting smoked.
Go,
But he's
you know what
evil.
Go,
Batman preparing for 50
Dude,
years, he's still not beating a
Darius.
Super Saiyan.
Darius, you know Goku. He's gonna be saying like, "Hey, I heard that your name is Batman, right? I heard that you're a really strong dude. I want to fight you." Like that's
And then Vegeta's
Goku.
just
He
gonna
wants
stand
to
there in the corner
smoke.
going, "Oh, Kakarot, just punch him in the face."
It's like
Yeah.
it's like Goku wants to smoke. He'll like straight up pull up to Batman's Batcave and say
I
like,
think Krillin
I heard,
can
you're
fight
that,
Batman.
I heard that you're that Batman guy. Like,
Dude, Krillin would beat the
Krillin
shit
could
out of
fight
Bruce.
Batman. Like
dude, Yamcha can
Goku,
beat
Vegeta,
Batman,
and
bro.
Piccolo would fucking destroy Batman.
Dude, Yamcha can beat Batman. Yamcha can beat Batman,
Oh,
bro.
God.
Like, Chaozu can beat Batman. Dude.
Let's be honest. People say
to be
Batman
fair, though,
beats Superman.
The only thing that Yamcha can't do to Bruce Wayne is, I'm sorry, Yamcha, but it's true. Bruce Wayne was still your girl, just like Vegeta did.
Hey, it's true.
Girl.
You know what? Bruce would love Bulma, bro. She can make him gadgets and stuff.
Batman in the streets, Bruce Wayne in the sheets.
Dude, they'll start talking nerd talking like Vegeta will be saying like, "Tell me one reason why I shouldn't just blast him out of here right now." Like, I don't like where this is going. Like,
Have you guys seen that image where it's got like Goku and Vegeta facing down like the Marvel army? It's like you take the left, I'll take the right.
yeah, as much as I love Goku and Vegeta, like they can't defeat
Not
the
comics
whole
versions. Not
Not
comics
the-
Yeah,
versions.
not the comics version.
Not comics Thor and Hulk. Comics Thor and Hulk are beating the
I think
shit out of
80 to 90% of the
Well,
roster.
Broly, they
90%.
already specifically said that Broly can beat the Incredible Hulk or whatever. Because like if you think about it, Broly is basically Incredible Hulk with Super Saiyan powers.
Well, I mean, obviously, if we're talking like the really deep, powerful people in Marvel, yeah, they'll give Goku and Vegeta a match. But like just in terms of the roster,
Like the
90%
normal
of
ones?
Marvel's
Yeah, like
getting
the
smoked.
X-Men.
Like the
and
street
stuff.
level ones are getting their ass whooped. They're getting worked.
Like 90% of that roster is getting eliminated.
Dude,
Stop
I
talking about,
remember.
like,
I remember
All-Father
one dude
Thor-
was saying that
All-Father Thor
Spider-Man
and,
can
like-
take on Goku. I'm like, stop it.
Who said
Stop.
that?
The only
Cosmic
Spider-Man that can beat Goku is Cosmic Spider-Man, because that mother.
But even then, like Goku's a god
But
now.
the thing is, when we get to like Cosmic Spider-Man, that's when we've reached levels of like these characters being so overpowered in a specific
Yeah.
Do you
limited
know what?
Sonic run.
Do you know what Cosmic Ghost Rider can do?
Dude,
Yeah.
like every single character in Marvel, every single character has like a limited comic run where the creator's just like, you know what, to be fresh, let's take bloody
Dude,
Toad,
you remember
let's give him
when
cosmic powers. Like
you remember when Batman like took
Crazy.
over the took over the dude's chair or whatever, and he became like the smartest person, and like
Oh, yeah.
basically he became a god. Like, think
The
about
movie
it.
is shit.
I mean, All Father Thor. I mean, that would be a fight. All Father Thor against Vegeta or Goku. I'd pay to see.
All
that.
Like
Father
Super
Thor is-
Saiyan God. Like no Ultra Instinct. Both of them are on Ultra Instinct. Ooh, man.
Superman Prime 1,000,000. That overpowered motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Jesus.
I'm sorry. Like
Like you made Superman more OP. Why?
He's already OP enough.
Well,
What
now,
do you make him
now,
OP?
now
You have to nerf him every
well,
time he's on screen.
well, technically, they said it in the anime that Goku and Vegeta have no limits too. So basically, probably putting them on Superman's level now.
Well,
If they don't have,
when they combine, who's stopping them?
Saitama.
Like, I think once they hinted that they go beyond the limit break or whatever in the song, and like they basically said like they have no more limits. I'm like at the end when they did their classic poses, they basically just said like that's just a pop shot at Superman saying like, yeah, like we wrote it in, like we are your level, so there's no more of this like Superman has no. Okay, you got to go down to actual fighting skill.
Goku and Vegeta, and that's perfectly balanced as well. So
Yeah, and they confuse.
Said who wins, Store Comics versus Goku?
Depends on what store you mean. If you mean
Which
like
store do you mean?
if you mean like regular Thor, like
if you mean regular Thor, he's probably he'll win like 3 out of 10.
Yeah, if you mean like All Father Thor or Sky Father Thor or like God of Gods Thor, yeah, he's beating Goku.
Yeah, he'll take him. Because at that point, Thor is so strong. He's not even a god. What's the level of above a god?
He was
Homelander versus Goku.
Oh no, Homelander's getting destroyed by Goku. Like
Homelander's cool, but that Aryan dude is getting absolutely.
Dude, Homelander can't even beat MCU Thor. MCU Thor would beat his ass. Like, come on.
He's a cheap knockoff.
He's a cheap fucking knockoff.
He's Captain America with Cyclops powers and Superman.
Why do you think it looks strong? Wearing a cape.
Like Goku will pull up on Coke. Like this is how the fight is gonna go. Like Homelander's gonna be talking noise, and Goku's gonna be saying like, "I don't think you're that strong, buddy."
Yeah,
but like,
Goku will be talking to him
let's go. Like,
hell, Trunks would just get his sword and then.
That's why Trunks is that guy. Trunks does not play games. Trunks just ends it, bro.
Right in this.
Didn't Homelander get like cut by like a basic object or something like that?
Yeah, if you saw the death battle, Omni-Man beat the shit out of Homelander.
That breaks off of Homelander. Like,
oh, god damn.
Omni-Man is that guy. You should watch Invincible if you haven't.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about, I guess we could transition to the Thor Dark World.
Yeah, I said all I needed to say on that film last week.
This movie's boo boo. Loki's the only good part. 5 out of 10.
Boo boo.
5 out of 10. Just straight.
5 out of 10. Really?
Look at his face.
Bad. I mean, what am I supposed to say? It's a bad movie. It's not a good movie. It's boring as shit. Natalie Portman wasn't trying in this movie. She wasn't.
She was trying to get that paycheck. That's what it was.
Oh my god.
The only good stuff was Loki, and I like the attack on Asgard with like you got to see the mom, like Thor's mom, do something that was pretty cool.
See a bit of Heimdall
this
do
would be
something.
so bad that I don't even remember a single thing about it. Just Loki.
They ruined Malekith. Malekith is one of Thor's coolest villains. He sucks.
Yeah, and he just stands there looking.
Looks like a ripoff of like.
This was actually written by the same guys who wrote Winter Soldier and Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah, that goes to show you can write bad things and still write good things.
You can write bad things.
The only thing I appreciate is the fact when Frigga dies, you feel the weight of it, like and stuff like that, and the interactions between Thor and Loki save this movie, and they remind me of better days just for Thor's character. But the movie in and of itself. Like, let's not get it twisted here. Like, we got some shit regarding Thor. Like, Love and Thunder, I'm not going to go there because it'll piss me off.
No, this movie's the reason for that. Because this movie was so boring and so bad.
The catalyst for it.
It was so boring and so bad. They overcorrected. Now we're all where we are. If this movie had been better, we never would have gotten that.
And the thing is,
it just shows you when you do lazy stuff that your stuff
that would have been good for Thor to be based off of, or like similar. There was like a movie or show that you're on about.
Oh yeah, Vinland Saga. They should have got.
Well, hell, they could have done it like a Viking show.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like, people like Vikings. oh, Thor's boring. So you make him entertain. People love medieval shit. They love it. Look at
They just
Game
don't
of
like it when
Thrones.
you do it boringly. They don't like it when you do it like this.
Look at
It's
bloody
like,
Game of
dude, if
Thrones.
you would have got the writer, if you would have got the writers for the Vinland Saga to do this, Thor: The Dark World, this would have slapped.
I
Like,
mean, even
easy.
you guys did that Viking show. I haven't watched it, but apparently
Yeah.
it's really good. Like people that did that.
Yeah.
I've heard
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Valhalla.
If the Japanese can write better Viking nostalgia films than Americans, there's a problem with this, man. Like, what's going on here? Like, this is not supposed to be happening. Like, ain't even their culture, and they got it correct on the first time, man.
This movie, I can't remember anything about this movie. This movie had the Reality Stone in it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
It was called The Ether. Like, they brought in Nas.
They retconned it. They retconned it. So yeah, whatever.
They were making a shout out to Nas with The Ether. Jay-Z.
What else happened in this movie?
Heimdall ran and then.
Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing. Odin doesn't do shit in any of the Thor movies.
Odin fell asleep again.
Well, he's too OP, so that's why I kind of get it. He's too overpowered. He can't do anything because you just solve all the problems in the movie.
You're a vain, greedy, cruel boy. You're an old man and a fool.
This man Thanos was too scared to pull up on Thor's daddy. He like, I'm gonna wait until he's asleep.
I could simply snap my fingers. You are a vain, greedy alien.
Yeah, if he had tried to step to Odin and the Ancient One, Thanos would have got his ass beat. I'm sorry, he would have. That'd be raps.
It's like Thanos is
That's
not.
why he waited till Odin was dead.
Yep.
I always have to keep on reminding these people that never read a comic book or like know at least like anything about Thanos. It's like Thanos is really not that strong, bro. Like
a lot of
MCU
bro,
fans,
Kang beat the shit out of Thanos. Kang beat the shit out of Thanos.
As opposed to the other villains we got coming, like I mean, look, Thanos he's a great villain, right? He is. But when you look at Kang,
Doom and
Galactus,
Kang and
Magneto, like
nah, forget Kang. Put Doom on. Doom is number
you
one.
know what Doom
is the
did
Doom
to
bollocks,
Thanos.
Okay, but you know,
Doom took Thanos.
Also, I have a theory. Once multiverse is done in Phase 6, right? Phase 7, Doom is the villain. Phase 8, Galactus is the villain. Doom uses that to his advantage, becomes the big villain in Phase 9.
Yeah.
Then
So
he'll
basically be the villain for Phase 7, disappear, come back in Phase 9.
I have a feeling that
Doom
will be coming very soon. If you know, you know. Doom is coming.
Yeah, some of these fans saying, "Oh, Thanos is the best." No. You guys have read comics.
Look, I love
Doom
Thanos
is
to
that
death.
guy.
For those who have read comics know.
Oh, movie
look at the
Thanos
Marvel
is
Ultimate Alliance cinematic and just look at the
people that could beat Thanos. Ancient One, son of Odin, basically Daddy Odin.
If you keep it a buck, if you remove the MCU plot, Thor, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, like they can be done. It's just the
what's
story
it called?
Needed to make them lose.
Take it out of universe. Like Darkseid is beating the shit out of Thanos. Like it ain't even close.
Superman is too. Superman, Green Lantern.
I mean, I love Thanos to death, but Darkseid is destroying that mofo.
Dude, he's gonna come through that boom tube. He says, like, do you have the anti-life equation? And
no, he will stand there and he'll shoot lasers into Thanos' head, and then that's it. Wrap.
Yep.
R.I.P. to that. Finish the word.
It's like y'all see you only got a hint of Darkseid in the Snyder Cut. Y'all don't know Darkseid, bro. Like
kills bloody Aquaman and Willem Dafoe in that in like seconds. That's an inkling of Darkseid.
You don't get it. Darkseid.
He's a bad motherfucker.
Bro, Thanos.
I'll put it this way. You think Dr. Doom is bad? Darkseid.
Thanos may seem like a villain, but he's actually a reasonable villain, as opposed to people like Kang and Doom or Darkseid. Like and we're cross like multiversing here with brands.
Yeah,
these guys are sadistic evil. Is when they want.
Like look at what like Kang's like. Oh, you're an Avenger. Have I killed you before? Like he's like, oh, like
Kang is such a bad guy. He's his biggest enemy is himself. He literally doesn't.
He fights himself.
I can even argue that Apocalypse can beat Thanos, bro.
Yeah.
It's the most
I'd say so.
powerful, yeah.
First,
Because like the way that Apocalypse even said it, like there's some times where it's in an animated series, and then there was like one time in the comic books where
Apocalypse can kill people with his hands by not even touching them.
Apocalypse kept on saying like my body can be physically gone, but I'll always be here because like as long as there's hatred in the world, I will always exist. Like,
so he's basically
you know who else people sleep on? Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer's OP as
Oh
shit.
yes. Oh yes, he is that guy.
He is dirty, bro.
He is that guy, bro.
Dirty
He comes in the MCU, I think people are gonna be surprised. He destroyed the entire Fantastic Four at the same time, bro. Like,
yeah, that
like,
movie that they did with him, they did him dirty. They didn't do it justice.
Realm of all these characters.
now
When they start bringing in like Nova and people like that, like, come on.
I'm not sure about this one, but
properly.
Darius, would you say that Lord Beerus could probably be arguably give Thanos a fight though? I'm not saying that
movie Thanos, yes. Comics Thanos, no. Comics Thanos is
the
guy. But movie Thanos,
the thing is that MCU Thanos, they gave him more of a reason to do what he did. Comics Thanos doesn't like. Comics Thanos is whooping movie Thanos ass.
And it's just
evil.
He's just evil.
The Infinity Gauntlet storyline with Thanos, he's just evil. Like, comics,
like Thanos is an antagonist, but he's a very reasonable one. Like when you compare him to the villains that are gonna come,
Comics Thanos just didn't give a shit. Comics Thanos is like he's a simp.
And I don't think
also
that brag on Iron Man
storyline is crazy.
But when you start bringing in Kang and Doom and Galactus and people like that, you're bringing in a whole different breed of villain. A whole different breed. Yeah, they'll have the same nuance that Thanos has, but they're willing to do more evil shit. Like, what about Mephisto? While throwing Gamora off?
Mephisto beat Thanos?
Oh yeah, Mephisto. Dude, Mephisto's the literal Marvel devil, bro.
Yeah, Mephisto. The devil himself.
Yeah, definitely Thanos is not beating Trigun. He ain't being Trigun in DC, bro. Like Raven's daddy, it ain't happening.
Oh, no, not Raven. No,
Mephisto can ban that. He can like banish Thanos, so he has the power to like do anything. To be honest with you,
even guys like Chthon and like
bro, Dr. Fate would rap him. Like
Dr. Fate is like basically stronger than Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Dr. Fate is stronger than
Mirror Dimension, but Dr. Fate's something else.
Like they said that when they were facing Doctor Strange versus Dr. Fate, they said the fight was so close, but they gave Dr. Fate the edge because his helmet's been his helmet's been around since the beginning of time, and you can't. I mean,
let's put it like this: Doctor Strange knows more spells. He's more knowledgeable. He has more tricks, but Dr. Fate's just stronger. Like
it's like Harry Potter versus Gandalf.
Yeah.
It's like, put it this way: Doctor Strange can do a spell, but then Dr. Fate is going to be able to like reverse that spell real quick. It's like as soon as he does one, then he's already 2 steps ahead of him. Like, you know.
Yeah, and Dr. Fate's so OP, and he's played by Pierce Brosnan now, but he's so OP. Like this is what I was saying before: is that Marvel has a bigger roster of characters that you care about, but DC characters, when they're powerful.
They're OP.
They're powerful.
Dude, they're literally
gods among us for a reason.
They call them big gods among us for a reason.
They're just powerful.
Let me tell you. People don't think the Flash is being powerful. He outran Death in the comics.
Dude,
he raised Death to the end of time.
He went back to the future. I mean, he went literally back to the future. Like,
Marty,
he broke time.
It's the movie. It's gonna be released. He's choking. Sorry.
He broke time itself, bro. Like. No one in Marvel, well, in Marvel Comics, but like no one in Marvel is really doing that unless you start getting to like
unless they build a machine or something.
I mean, you can like literally the Lantern Corps in itself, bro. Like they got so OP powers, bro. Like they can do anything that they will with the ring, bro. Like
wait, it's 7 cores, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying the Blue Lantern Corps in general. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's his face? I know the movie did him a bit of a disservice, but Parallax?
Like that thing is OP. That's
OP as shit. Like
yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's a lot of people that are stronger than some of you guys don't understand. There's a lot of people that are stronger than Thanos. Like,
the thing is, people always base power levels on how much a hero gets damaged on screen, and that's a poor way to do it because heroes will get damaged depending on what the story needs. It's a poor way to.
And there's a reason they did that. There's a reason they did Thanos first.
Yeah,
they're not gonna.
They're not doing it not knowingly.
If Kang showed up and fought,
they would have lost.
They're dead, bro.
We're talking about really like Thrawn with Thrawn uber level power. Like it's his biggest enemy is himself. That the only person who can defeat him is himself. Like it's that's how powerful this dude is. And then Doctor Doom, he goes on some crud. Galactus is a multi-cosmic entity that devours planets from the off. You know,
in seconds.
You got a nihilist who can literally was an annihilate the entire universe.
Mm-hmm. You got Sentry,
Legion.
You got Sentry.
Yeah, Sentry, Quasar,
Legion, those guys.
Surprisingly, even though I can't stand her, Captain Marvel or whatever.
Captain Marvel's OP as shit.
Marvel, yeah. Well, used to be.
Not in the MCU.
Not in the MCU.
They tone everybody down for the movies because you can't. There's like certain things you just can't do in the You can't just have.
Yeah. In the comics, you can go balls to the wall, but in the movies, because it's movie, you gotta
tone it down. Not everybody.
Spider-Man's toned down even in the comics because let's be real, he could realistically kill like almost all his villains if he doesn't hold back.
Like they give him the cripple to stop him from hurt.
I mean, they do the same thing. They do the same thing with Batman. Like Batman can literally kill all his villains, bro. He could kill them if he had no conscience. Yeah, this would be Damian Wayne. In one comic book, Damian Wayne.
Or not even Damian Wayne, maybe Ben
Jason Todd. He won't give a shit.
Jason Todd just kills.
Jason Todd and Damian Wayne don't care, bro. Like they gonna try to kill you, bro. Like
no problem whatsoever.
Jason Todd is that freaking dude, man. Like he, you know what would have made The Walking Dead end quicker? A Jason Todd type character.
Jason.
You got freaking Jason Todd. You got Jason Todd shooting it up. You got Damian Wayne cutting people down with the katana. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you have both of them like teaming up, it's a wrap for Gotham. I'm sorry.
Oh
man, you have
if you're a criminal. God
dude, you have Damian Wayne as the Robin, and then you got Red Hood as the Batman.
Like, how do you prefer to die?
I'm surprised there hasn't been a comic about that. That'd be badass.
Like, you know what? We could probably make a comic book off of that, bro. Like,
good, bro.
Hey, what should we call? We should do it like the Estranged Sons.
Hell yeah! You know what? We should. You know what? Hold on. We might have to do.
We've just given you a multi-million
one-off comic book, bro.
I want to see that in an animated film. I want to see that.
That'd be an awesome animated movie.
Hey, bro. Like after this, we need to go ahead and talk off a line about this a little bit.
Oh man,
hey,
what timeline we're doing it in?
Damien and Jason. Hey, I love the sound of that.
Yeah,
that bad.
I love the sound of that.
What's the next topic? We got like on sidetrack.
Cobra Kai.
We had to talk over Dark World. No one will care about Dark World.
No one cares about Dark World. In fact, I'm removing the picture right now.
Wasn't it Deadpool?
We can talk about Deadpool and Wolverine though. Like we transition.
Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking about talking about ruthlessness. That's perfect. That's a perfect segue.
Darius, what is the takes?
I am the captain of this ship. What ship? This guy hit me with a van.
Can I just say I love how they announced this news? They could have easily done this at D23 or.
You coming back? Yeah, sure, Ryan.
They made like a big thing. It was so casual. Like they just. It wasn't like a Tuesday or something. It was like
it was just on a random. And the good thing about it is if he was a cameo, they would have saved it for the film. But with them announcing it, he's probably in a sizable amount.
Yeah, he's probably a co-star. I think he's a co-star because they wouldn't have announced it that way. He's a co-star.
Yeah,
and it's so like so good. I know people are gonna say it ruins Logan or whatever. I really don't get that take. Like, how can
it's such a dumb take? Logan was its own thing anyway.
First off, the Fox X-Men timeline makes no sense already. It already doesn't make sense.
It's like the Cobra Kai timeline. Who cares now at this point? Like,
this could be a different Wolverine or Wolverine from a different point. It doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Like, Logan still happened. That's still the end of the character.
But there is one movie that we need to appreciate. We need to appreciate it.
Man, put that shit down.
Get that shit out of here.
Put it down.
I will keep it on camera. Mwah! This is the movie.
You haven't opened it. Have you opened it?
I've still got inside a digital copy for your portable player.
Put that shit down.
And I don't think I ever used it. Oh, look, do you remember when you used to get like these in like DVDs?
Oh my God.
He's actually displaying this. Troll it, man.
I can just.
I'm sorry. They need to do can they do like a 10-year challenge?
No, Jacob, put that away.
Want the villains of this movie
we wouldn't have we wouldn't have any of this without that. So let's just,
Jesus.
Just saying.
They sewed Deadpool's mouth shut.
How dare you? But no, not even that. They gave him lasers out of his eyes. Like, what are you doing?
It made him teleport.
Can we not talk about that, please? Can we focus on like
back to this?
Hang on. This is all connected. I'm talking, RJ. Don't cut me off. Doesn't he have like a device where Deadpool can like jump?
Here we go.
Where he can like jump from like one space to another.
Yes, but they made him straight up teleport.
Screw this.
Previous statement. Carry on, RJ. Get back up, sir. Judge Mathis, back to work.
I was thinking about the villains I wanted for this movie. I was thinking Mojo, because he's like
yes, Mojo. Oh my goodness, that would be funny, bro.
I was thinking either him or Arcade, because Arcade is literally.
I would love Arcade.
Dude, I will love to see. This will be the only perfect good time to put in Mojo, dude. Like,
all Arcade does is give me a headache to Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That's all that does. I hate it.
I remember from that game, bro.
Or Mojo. You know what? I think Mojo should show up in the last Guardians movie.
Mojo.
Yeah, just give us a wacky villain that doesn't make just a crazy villain that just doesn't really make sense, and just it's perfect. Like this. I mean,
unless they have a Deadpool kills the Fox X-Men.
I think it's going to be that too. I think it's going to be a bit of that.
They kind of hinted it in like
the end with Kang destroying the world, and he's like, "Oh, we could have actually used all these guys."
Yeah, I hope they put a Kang cameo in there. I hope Kang is actually like.
They kind of hint like
keep Cable and Domino. Keep those two.
Yes, keep Cable and Domino. Yes.
They kind of like low key, like without noticing, they kind of hinted it like Deadpool killing everybody. Like in the second movie, like when he was talking to Wolverine, he says like, "Yeah, we don't really want to do this, anymore, right? Like maybe we can have a big old cameo where me and you are doing a movie together."
And people are gonna wonder, why is Deadpool killing the X-Men? Well, maybe the X-Men blame Deadpool
if they recreate the scene from Origins of the spinning blades.
They have to. They have to do that.
Come on, like it's got to be done. I'm sorry.
It's gotta be done.
We got a bot in the chat, boys.
Was it a bots? Best adult dating site? No, I'm not a virgin. Get rid of that.
At least give me the link. At least give me the link.
Damn.
How I know if it's the best until I see it myself? Damn.
There is no chill.
Yeah, give us.
Wow, that
Mojo,
name is so descriptive as well.
Or give us Arcade. And I was talking to RZ about this. Bill Hader. Give us Bill Hader.
Yes.
Good casting. Very good casting.
This movie has the potential to be the funniest comic book movie of all time.
Yeah.
All in.
Go all in with it. If you get Bill Hader in there and get Josh Brolin there, it makes sense for Josh Brolin to be in it anyway. As Cable, that makes sense.
You cherry pick the best, you kill off the rest, and then you kill off the Earth, and then Kang takes over, and then Deadpool's like,
you can't tell me nobody wants to see Josh Brolin.
Could you imagine, like, if Kang comes in at the end, he's ready to like throw down and kill people, and he sees Deadpool's done it already, and he's like, "Oh, you've done my job for me."
Thanks.
Could you just imagine
Gopinda.
if Bishop is in this movie, like fighting with Deadpool and Cable?
Please, I'm still pissed they killed Bishop in first. That's
Yeah. Yeah, can they bring Omar Sy back to play Bishop? I think he was perfect as Bishop.
Wasted.
They wasted Bishop, man. I was hurt.
Wait, in what?
Just imagine how funny this movie. Like you have Deadpool and like the ultimate buddy cop duo, man, and then you have Domino still and Cable and maybe Colossus. Like,
hey, that's a squad right there,
dude. Like this can be
the X-Force. That's the X-Force squad.
Honestly, this can be like this can be the blueprint of the Green Lantern movie with Jon Stewart and
Hal Jordan.
And Hal Jordan, bro. Like buddy cop.
Basically, me and this dude.
You got Jon Stewart being the serious one, and you got Hal Jordan being like the kind of goofy.
Yeah. I'll be the serious one. You know,
Jon Stewart's always been serious though, bro. There's no like he's Marine.
I'm just, and I think he was going to stick around for Secret Wars too.
Secret
like,
Wars,
definitely.
Yeah, he is.
Is there any more coffee?
2024 is about to go crazy for Marvel.
Because you know Kevin Feige got to start on the X-Men movies. He was a producer on those, so he knows Hugh Jackman very well. So I think he's gonna put Secret Wars.
Let's be honest, Hugh missed playing the role.
He's been saying he wants to be in the MCU for years. Like I think
that's what it is.
Like Logan is still his ending, but I think the way we got to treat Phase 4, 5, and 6, but the way we got to treat this is the final swan song for every pre-MCU actor.
Yeah,
every single one, because you're never going to see them again after it. Because once they close the multiverse and go back to linear stuff,
X-Men stuff. Normal X-Men.
Yeah, they're going to be rebooting a lot.
They're already kind of doing it with like going street level. Just saying.
Yeah, going smaller scale.
But I mean, they're going to reboot the X-Men once the rights expire anyway, so they'll recast all the characters presumably. So this is going to be the last time you'll probably ever see some of these these roles.
I mean, Miss Marvel is a mutant, so you know.
And then they had the goal to use the I'm like, that is the cringiest way to use that classic theme tune. How dare you? Right. So that pissed me off. I was just like,
it's unforgivable by the guy.
Like, hey, do you remember your childhood? You remember your childhood, bro? Welcome back to the future of the mutants in the MCU.
Like, that's what the shit. Shut up. Hated
Mutant Tunes. Mutant Tunes.
Hated it. Absolutely despised it. Didn't like it at all.
Don't like it.
I don't like it.
I didn't like it. I was just like, you don't get to use it here. You haven't earned this. And it was so cringe as well. It was like the camera pans on Kamala. Don't do that. Fucking hell. Don't do. It's cringe. It's like me going, "Welcome back to Kings of Pop Culture." Like it's like, you see, now watch that scene now. You'll be like, "Yeah, you're cringe every time."
The only thing that it was earned it was in multiverse, but they fucked that up too. But go ahead, Darius. Keep on doing that.
Keep doing your thing. We got on a tangent because I went on.
Sorry, man. Like I'm sorry.
That's my bad.
My bad, bro.
No, that's my bad. I ran.
No, man. Take responsibility, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just can't wait for all the jokes. Just like in the meta human, because you know Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are buddies in real life, so they already have the chemistry down. You already know that for sure.
This is good. Like, see, when this was announced, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, "Wait."
Oh yeah, because they trolled us for like.
Sure, Hugh. I mean, sure, Ryan.
I mean, have you seen the video where like he's in the bathrobe and then Deadpool's just sat on the bed?
Yeah.
They trolled us for
I think they've been planning this, like you said, Jacob.
This was supposed to be Deadpool, like before the Fox.
It was supposed to be Deadpool 3, yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Deadpool 3 already. The plans haven't changed that much. They're probably just gonna integrate into the first story, but like, I like that they're continuing on from what they were already like planning to do. Like it's cool.
And FYI, it's not good to just like keep on looking into it that much. Like once again, the X-Men universe is jacked up. So if you don't see your favorite X-Men person, just forget about it. They're probably gonna get recast anyway. Like, you know,
It's not gonna happen.
Well, with multiverse being open, I want to see Scott Marsden. I want to see Famke, Halle Berry. I want to see all these guys. But Ty Sheridan, Jennifer Lawrence, Alexandra Shipp, Sophie Turner,
They can go.
bye bye, away. Sorry, didn't believe them as the characters.
so you basically want the X-Men while they're older.
The X-Men characters are not edgy goth kids. No.
No, you know what else? You know what? I want Deadpool to kill the fan force to cast. He can kill all of
Yeah,
them.
damn right.
It's owned by Fox too, right? He can kill all of them.
They could be in the same universe as the Apocalypse X-Men people.
It already doesn't make sense, so go ahead. Why not?
Just kill it. Yeah, just use Deadpool to kill off whatever doesn't make sense.
We kind of already did that in the Deadpool 2 with the time thing.
Because like in Days and Future Past, they kind of cleaned up the timeline, but then they messed up the timeline again.
They messed it up again.
It's like, So wait a minute. Didn't Apocalypse supposed to like clean this?
And they still did my boy Cyclops dirty for the second time.
Sorry, man.
And then,
It's annoying because I know the type of character Cyclops can be if he's done by if the right person is writing it.
The only Cyclops character I care
way,
about is Cyclops from X-Men Evolution, because that's the best one.
But that's all they have to do. It's literally right there. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's a Boy Scout." Yeah, because that's the only people.
He's a Boy Scout.
So was Captain America, but they made Captain America cool.
But the thing is, Scott is a dick to everybody.
Well, yeah, but I like him for that because sometimes,
let's be honest.
Sometimes the X-Men can be doing too much. They need someone
I just don't like
to
Scott in the comics.
Everyone's a dick in the X-Men, though. Everyone's an asshole to the X-Men.
Yeah, to be fair, people, if you read some of those X-Men comic books, everybody in the X-Men are like,
if I have to remove my fanboyism, Scott is a bit of an arsehole in the comics. But
yeah, that's what I like.
But every now and then, there's potential for his character, and I really think he can be the Captain America of the X-Men. I really do. Because when you look at it, his character, like he's a dude that shoots lasers out of his eyes, right?
Wolverine,
and then he can fight Captain America hand to hand. You know, I want there to be a reason the X-Men root behind him, and it's not because of his powers; it's because of who he is. That's
Wolverine and Jean Endgame. So that's what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Get that shit out of here. That is I'm sorry. No, the main reason people had a problem with Cyclops in the first 3 movies because they wanted to see Wolverine smashing Jean. You don't need to tell me your cuck fantasy.
Which is also weird considering Wolverine's immortal, by the way, and like
that whole relationship in general was just weird.
It's just it's just.
You want to know what else is weird? Professor X and Jean. That's weird.
We don't talk about that here. We don't talk about that.
Batman Barbara levels of
dirty old man.
Actually,
it's worse. Like when you think about it.
In the MCU, they're going to tone it down. They're not going to make Professor X a dick or a pedophile.
Yeah.
Or they're not going to make Scott as much of an asshole. They're going to turn it down.
Yeah, you can still have a bit of a love triangle with Logan, Scott, and Jean, I guess. Just because Jean in the comics, but don't make it.
And Emma Frost. Don't forget about that.
Don't make it the focal point of the character. Like I'd rather they give Emma Frost to Wolverine. Keep Jean with Cyclops. Like why?
They should do that honestly.
Like why do the back?
Well,
and
technically, it's supposed to be Wolverine and Storm.
I wouldn't mind that either, but you know, hey,
that's happened. Storm has been with everybody before. It's kind of weird.
I wouldn't mind it happening. I mean, hey.
Oh, you didn't know that Wolverine was Storm? You didn't know that?
Have you seen the deleted scene in Days of Future Past with
Yeah, I did see that.
I was like, well, hello. Well, wow.
Like I remember in Days of Future Past, like everybody was saying, "Oh," I was like, "Wait, you guys didn't notice this? I do this."
In Last Stand when she hugs Wolverine, like when after Professor X dies, you got some fans like, "Yes, I stand." Like, oh god, somebody he just died. What are you standing for?
Even though the films are an adaptation,
Professor X just died.
There, people who know the comics inside and out work on them. When Storm is confronting Wolverine about Jean, why can't you just let her go? She's like right up in his grill. Like
she basically just saying like, "Yo, bro, like she wants the Wolverine, okay? She won't see."
She wants the Wolverine.
Oh, in the MCU, can they finally make Rogue important, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Rogue and Jubilee. Can you stop teasing us with those
Okay.
two, please?
These are the. I can't believe we're going on X-Men rant, but this will be on
Well,
the list.
it's all included. It's all included.
It's all connected, but we're definitely talking. You know what? We're definitely talking about the X-Men coming the week after next. Okay, yeah, sorry, on it. Like, okay, so like my thing is this: like going forward, I'm gonna need Storm to get a more screen time. I'm gonna need Cyclops to get some more screen time. You know what? As much as I love Logan, and I'm happy that he's here,
Make him the Tommy Oliver. Put him on a back seat for a little bit.
Yeah, you just give him
his own. It's inevitable they're going to recast him anyway.
Don't even put him in the first movie. Leave him out of the first movie.
Yeah, leave him out. Like,
make
do
his own
exactly
movie.
what
Give him his own movie.
It's gonna be
exactly what they did with Tommy Oliver. You
See,
have him be.
I agree with you. With like these Marvel stands, they're gonna be that's gonna be the first thing they're gonna complain. What is Wolverine guy here?
They don't know nothing about the comics. Wolverine was never that huge. Look, he's a huge player in the X-Men, but he's not the X-Men.
He's mostly by himself, though.
He's mostly a lone wolf. That's what makes him work.
They even talked about it in. Why do you think he kept running? He kept leaving the team after each movie.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. He's not an out-and-out X-Man. You know,
in the comics, Wolverine has more. He was with Captain America and the Invaders for most. Like that's what he was doing. He was helping Cap.
Yeah. Wolverine was more of a loose lone wolf.
The X-Men,
back and forth all over the place.
The X-Men goes through Professor X and Cyclops and the rest,
and then characters like Archangel, Storm, and Gambit, like characters like that. Like Wolverine, I mean Gambit to an extent. But Wolverine would appear and team up, but not be the focal.
Wolverine will appear if like things got really bad. Like if they're calling out Wolverine, something went down like badly. Like, you know, hey, Professor X is missing. Like, oh, snap, really?
I mean, I don't envy them when they recast Wolverine for the MCU. Like, because obviously, like once the right situation expires, they're gonna reboot the X-Men fully, like properly. So when they do so, I would be content with them either giving Wolverine his own thing, like his own movie.
That's what I think.
And I think they should do that.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. And then, maybe you could have Hugh Jackman tweet about it and say, I give my blessing to whoever this new actor is.
Either they could go that route, or to save that actor's career, they could like bring in Wolverine's daughter to be the new
one. You know, like Wesley Snipes gave his blessing for Mahershala Ali to play Blade. I think what Marvel will say to Hugh is, look, whoever we cast as the new Wolverine, they have big shoes to fill. If you can give them your blessing, that would put the fans.
Give him a chance. All you have to do, just give him a chance.
Yeah, all you gotta do is say, Hugh put out a tweet saying, "Hey."
Say what you love about Marvel. One thing that Marvel always nails is casting. There's never been like a bad.
And the thing is, wrong. Everyone's like looking at big name actors and shit. I'm saying, just get a guy from indie films. Like just
Look at Tom Holland, dude. Like, what was he before Spider-Man? He was in a few things.
Yeah, there's so many talented people out there that
he was about to quit acting before he got the role.
Yep.
There you go. I guarantee you, there's a perfect Wolverine out there. Perfect.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody's waiting to be discovered.
Trust the casting department, not the internet people.
Because I don't want this thing where they can say like, okay, now Ryan Reynolds, yes, he's born to play Deadpool.
Yeah, he'll be dead. Like, I mean, and also he's fresh, so. Yeah,
but he hasn't really played him for that long. If you think about it.
No.
Yeah, but after he's done, let's say they want to get someone else to give him a chance. Somebody else, that's big shoes to fill, but somebody could do it. You can't
people got used to it with Batman, but like, you know, people are gonna complain regardless. You know,
people complain regardless, but fuck them, tough shit. But like, you know, it's no surprise that the rights to the Fox X-Men characters expire as soon as Secret Wars is done. Like, that's not coincidence.
Not an accident.
That's on purpose. So I think as soon as Multiverse is done, we're getting a full-on X-Men reboot.
Mutant Saga, baby.
Full fresh. Like, I'm talking new.
What's probably going to happen is as soon as Secret Wars is over, they're going to be done with the Avengers and then just focusing only on the X-Men for a while.
Yeah, because once they reboot it fully, I think when they reboot it fully, they should keep Ryan as Deadpool, keep James and Michael, and maybe Nicholas as Beast, and everyone else you recast.
Yeah.
You know what I think they're going to build up to? They're going to build up to AVX, Avengers versus X-Men. Eventually.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. That's going to be.
Oh, do you know what? That
So we've got right. So we're on Avengers 4 now, aren't we? Because of Endgame. So Secret Wars. So Kang Dynasty
5 to 6.
6. So Avengers 7. Avengers versus X-Men.
And you know what it could be? It gets set up because like since it's the Sokovia Accords, kind of like help blueprint this. When the X-Men inevitably do come in, it could be a thing where okay, we don't like these guys. Like the government kind of forces.
Bring the Accords back.
The Mutants Registration Act.
And we
The
change.
Look at the
government
way
kind of
the
forces
registration
Avengers
act.
to take on them, like take them on.
I know we all been talking.
Marvel. Like
I know we all been talking about this. Like we were saying that you could use Tony's tech to build the Sentinels, bro. Like you
can do that. Like that's
dude. Look at
like, I'll be fine with that. That's okay. Like it's changing things a bit, but it works, and then it brings it right back to phase.
Look at what Damage Control is doing in MCU.
Yeah,
look at Damage Control. Like Damage Control is trying to kill superpowered people. They're arresting superpowered people.
Yeah, they're already setting it up.
They're setting it up, and then as soon as you hear the name Senator Kelly, or
you know what's gonna happen,
then you know what's about to happen. And I think
I wouldn't be surprised if they teased that New World Order, Cap 4.
Exactly. I mean, and then even though Tony's, I was about to say it really heartlessly, but even though Tony's dead, it still keeps the legacy of Iron Man alive, that people are using his tech to make the Sentinels.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then maybe his plan for the Ultron robot initially is what creates the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Like it could start out as an Ultron schematic for what Ultron was meant to be.
Me personally, going down the line, like the first villain that the X-Men should face is Mr. Sinister, bro.
Yeah, we haven't gotten him on
I
screen
agree
yet.
with that.
Well, technically, it was a
good entry villain.
Instead of Magneto, go Mr. Sinister, and then you build up to Magneto.
Yeah.
Do Mr. Sinister, the Hellfire.
And I cannot stress this enough. Take your freaking time with the X-Men, please. Don't rush them. Take your time. Because if we're being completely honest, once Phase 9 is done and Doctor Doom and whatever, you could carry on just X-Men.
There's so many different ones that haven't been on screen yet.
You could literally carry on X-Men for 3 phases by itself. Just X-Men.
Yeah.
Seriously, like
you guys could do a better version of Apocalypse. You could do a better version of Dark Phoenix. You could do a better version of Mr. Sinister. Like you can literally do a better version.
Just looking at this at what story arcs we've gone through. We've already done Civil War. We've already done the Infinity Gauntlet saga. The next big thing is the Phoenix saga for the X-Men. So by the time the X-Men are fully rebooted, you've had Thanos, you've had Kang, you've had Doctor Doom, you've had Magneto, you've had Galactus. Where do you go from there? So you'll have to just keep it X-Men. Like, where else do you go?
X-Men, and then you can have Avengers team up in there every once in a while. Like that's how I see.
I think once Phase 9 is done, it'll just be X-Men. But that's fine because you can literally carry on with just the X-Men by themselves. There's so many stories and ways you could go.
Members of the team can die and retire and have kids, and you still
and then you can transition the team to the younger ones or whatever.
And then there's
Evolution.
There's the X-Force, there's Young X. There's
personally, with the X-Men, I think that, and I've been on this saying this online before. I said I think they should go the X-Men Evolution route instead of the 90s X-Men route, because the 90s X-Men are already pretty much established and old. But if you want to make these characters grow with you, you go the X-Men Evolution route of them being
I think that would be a good way to do it, because the way the MCU is right now, you could have a situation where Bobby Drake, and let's say Johnny Storm are roommates of Peter. Bit on the nose.
Yeah,
but it could be a good way to set it up.
And you can make it to where Peter's wondering why his spider sense keeps on going off all the time.
Peter hasn't lost his memory, so he knows the Avengers. And then maybe when threats start happening, he says, "Oh, I know a guy who can turn on fire. He's from the Fantastic Four. I know a guy who can do this with ice. He's from the X-Men."
Yep.
And the first time he meets Bobby and them, he's wondering why his spider sense is going off all the time. Every time when he shakes their hands, he can't. It's why is my spider the Peter tingle going off, man?
It's spine chilling, literally. I think you could do a lot with that, having Iceman, Human Torch, and Peter in the same dorm or something. Not necessarily the same room. I think that'd be too convenient, but maybe in the same college.
Yeah, even if they all go to the same college, that'd be.
Because you got to look out for these nuggets of information. Now, as
Spurs
soon as
is
they
going
start
on.
name dropping things like Bobby Drake or whatever, or
They're gonna do it slowly. Like they introduced Wakanda in Age of Ultron. They said like Bruce says like
Wakanda, Wakanda.
Yeah.
They do these things using then the whole like who bought Avengers Towers thing in Homecoming. Like that's probably the Fantastic Four.
Baxter Building, baby.
Baxter Building. They
Yeah.
do these things in
It
advance.
makes sense.
So that way, like, hey, look, we got this. Hey, look, we got that. Hey, look, what does this mean?
Things just don't happen out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Regardless of the execution of it, sometimes at least it has a setup.
And since like Mr. Ross is being recasted with
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
It's strange. I never thought I would see Han Solo in MC Marvel.
I can see it. I can see it a little bit. Like I can see it a little bit.
We're gonna get Red Hulk and Abomination in the same team.
Yeah. And yeah, you could just make it to where like William Stryker and Ross used to be in the jungles of Vietnam. Yeah.
I know the scene.
They play golf together.
I was in the jungles of North Vietnam where you were sucking on your mama's tit at Woodstock, Kelly. Don't lecture me about war.
Don't lecture me about war. Man, bring the old William Stryker back. I like that country dude. Like,
oh, God.
Don't tell me about war, Kelly. We in one right now.
And on that, if you're going to bring Mystique in, don't make her such a huge point of everything, please. It's not.
I wonder if they're going to give Mystique. Well, since it's the MCU, it's going to be the comic accurate suit.
Yes, with the skull belt. Yes.
Yeah.
Get Pyro as well in there. Sorry, RJ, I had to mention it.
Yeah, they're gonna. This Mystique is gonna have clothes on, people. Sorry, you weirdos that
horny freaks.
Oh, I'd paint myself blue to like. I don't need to know.
It's like, because when I was a kid, I was always wondering why Mystique didn't have no clothes, but then they said that she's a nudist and everything, and I'm like, okay, I guess, like whatever.
I mean,
like,
as a kid, I just kind of ran with it.
Can we get if we get Emma Frost paint list? Just saying, paint list could do it. She could do it.
Yeah, should be good. Or Black Cat.
She should be Black Cat, in your opinion. Yeah,
she'd be good at that.
I think she could pull off Emma as well. That'd be a good casting.
I mean, you got the Disney connection because Zendaya, so.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. They got a lot of potential. But yeah, King, you got to add this to the list for the next one, bro. Like that.
Yeah, like the X-Men
discussion.
It's been a while. I was
50 minutes to it.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, Jacob, before Hugh was coming back to the MCU, I was gonna put Cyclops on the list and like talk about his character or whatever.
We can save that. Save that for down the line.
Yeah.
Down the line. But let's get to the final topic because I'm starting to drift. I'm starting to really
So basically, it's really like we talked about our top 5 favorite fights, Darius. So what was your top 5 favorite fights?
What was your top 5, sir?
Oh,
Cobra Kai.
Yes, we're talking about Cobra Kai. Oh yeah, Yinko too. Yinko, forgot about you, buddy.
I guess at number 5, I'll put I do like as stupid as it was. I do like the Johnny and Daniel fight in season 4. It was good. It was a good fight. Like for Ralph and Billy to be able to do what they're doing at their age, like the choreography and finally getting closure. Okay, and it basically told the fans, shut the fuck up about who's better. Okay, like they're equal.
Still gonna talk regardless, bro.
And we're still.
It's over.
It's
they're
over.
Equal.
But we're still talking about it.
Still talking about it. Unfortunately, some people can't let rivalries go.
Yeah, people love drama.
Then at number 4, let's show out so many awesome fights.
Man, there's some fights that I forgot about, bro. Like,
I do like. I guess I'll put the entire school fight because I'm not going to separate all those because they're just.
Yeah, like I class that as just one big.
The overall.
One big overall.
Oh, it is on.
Yeah.
Just amazing. Just an amazing fight. Number 3, give me Robbie and Miguel part. How many times have they fought? Part 4?
3 or 4 times?
I don't count. If you don't count prom, it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Season 5 fight. Great
Okay.
fight. Emotional conclusion. They both got their hits in. Number 2.
It's tough. It's tough because there's so many.
I guess either of the Daniel and Terry fights. I like both of them. The first one and the second one. Where the first one that shows how scary like Terry is. Terry was insane in that first fight, dude. Like that was.
Yeah. And
the number 1 best choreographed fight in the whole show, Robbie and Eli, season 4.
Oh yeah.
Wow. I'm surprised. Like you didn't say Terry and Chosen.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
See?
Put that in too.
I forgot what I spent last night. I had so many honorable mentions because there's so many good ones.
I remember my top 5 favorite fights. I keep it in my memory bank, bro.
But that's a solid list, Darius, man.
Yeah,
That's
Robbie
a good
and Eli. The choreography is just on another. Tanner and Jacob, dude, killed it.
What was your top 5, Yankee?
Let's see. 5 would be, is it the house fight in season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
4 would be Robbie and Miguel, the school fight, where of course Miguel gets knocked off. Miguel. That was like both their styles. Both their styles, were with all their training in that season,
Yeah.
3rd would be, it's kind of thrown in there, but like Chosen versus those senseis. That was a good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
He
2 would be Terry and Daniel from season 5. That was a good one.
Nice.
1 would be, of course, Chosen and Terry. I mean, that's can't beat that.
Anime fight on steroids, man.
Anime on steroids, pure steroids. But that's a solid list.
That was there's so many good fights. There are so many good fights, bro, on Cobra Kai that people.
Yeah, because if you think, do you think Robbie won the second? I mean, look, I just want to put this out there. Sorry, cut you off.
He should.
Look, I know I've got a reputation as a Robbie whatever, but if you make him lose the second, come on, like he's got to win something. Like
that means he would be 0-3 in tournaments. That is horrible.
Like that's horrible. I think the best way to approach the situation is you have a fighter in Sensei Kim's dojo that is bad to the bone. I'm talking a Broly level fighter, and it takes Hawk to wear him down, Miguel to wear them down, and then Robbie to finish them off. Like so that way, all 3 of them get their due. That's how you do it.
Or like,
having my man be 3-0. Like,
or maybe Miguel does something. He pulls a Vegeta where like sometimes Vegeta will show Goku the way to win. Like he'll like he drops his guard a little bit.
I might not have enough power, but you do. Like,
I think it's going to be a case of where like they're just going to have a fighter that's fucking bad to the bone. Like, I mean, a really bad to the bone fighter.
Let's put it like this. Like I said this to the guys. Like I said, so you know what Tori was doing with punching that stone, and like that was really hard. Imagine a fighter that grew up doing that every day of their life since they were a little kid.
Yeah,
like, imagine that.
And then, like, symbolically, it brings it full circle. Johnny was the one to bring Cobra Kai back, and his son is the one to get rid of it.
yeah.
Like, it brings it full circle if Robbie wins. Like, I don't mind if Miguel wins or if Hawk wins. I'll be fine. But I'll be fine with it. It's all in the execution. But I think, Cody, you do it a disservice if you don't have Robbie win the Sekai title.
The Mary picture.
Yeah, and then RJ. That's why RJ disappeared. But I think you do RJ. God, I think you do Robbie a disservice if you don't have him win. Like you can't have my man 3-0. Like it. Come on. And Hawk, as we've seen from season 5 now, he's back to plot.
If he wins,
it's only going to be Miguel or Robbie.
And I've seen this. I've seen this take across the internet. People say no one should win. None of the main characters should win. First off,
That's not how.
Do you know what show you're watching? Even if it's unrealistic, these kids are the best in the world. They're gonna make one of the kids win. Like, do you know what you're watching? Like,
now, if this was like some rant, if this was like anime, then yeah, I can see what you, because like it happened in anime. Like the main character doesn't necessarily
know your material. Like,
but
how unsatisfying would it be if
imagine that as an ending. What the hell?
They get their asses kicked by these random.
Bro, if I'm telling you, imagine Robbie gets a point for every sensei. Chosen's like teaching, Daniel's teaching, and then the
final point is Johnny's teaching.
Yeah, or maybe he gets a point from Kreese's teaching. You know,
bro.
Or maybe it's just a case of attrition. Like we said, what if they remove the 3-point system and it's a case of who stays up? Robbie literally
we're doing some MMA type work, bro.
Right here, and he was still fighting.
Bro,
come on.
Can you just imagine like the judge, like the announcer says like, no, I want to be called Robbie Lawrence. Like,
I mean, look, I know everyone wants Miguel to win it and then whatever, and like maybe share the trophy with Robbie. I'm like, no, Robbie needs to win.
Robbie needs his own trophy, bro. Like, if he becomes the champion of the world,
Tanner literally said, "Why is he not winning again?" It's like maybe because they're setting him up to win something bigger, you know. And it's look again. If Miguel or Hawk win it, I'm going to be fine either way. But it's just I think that in this case, if you do Robbie a disservice, like they've literally called him runner-up all season.
Miguel called him runner-up to his face, bro. That is so disrespectful.
That is disrespect,
dude. If you notice it, the writers like did not let the Legacy children win on purpose. There's probably like a reason
for that.
Yeah, there's maybe being a reason for that. Like maybe we're being a little bit.
Someone say maybe Tori should win that. I don't think she. I think Sam will win it this time.
And
Robbie.
I think Tori's
end game, Cody.
Tori's arc is something that she doesn't need to be number one to like. She doesn't need to be number one. Tori doesn't need to.
Because the thing is with Sam. I think I was watching Cody's video on this, and Cody probably can explain it better than me. It's like, it's be nice that, Sam finally has her own legacy as her own type of
how impactful would it be that a LaRusso and a Lawrence win on the biggest stage of them all? And yes, Robbie changes his name to Lawrence in that one. I don't want it. Robbie Keane. Get that out of here.
To kind of expand on what King was saying, what I was saying in my video is that
welcome, Cody.
So Sam's whole arc, especially in season 5, was she was struggling to live up to the LaRusso legacy. She wants to honor Miyagi, but how fitting and perfect would it be if she accomplishes something that her father never even accomplished, something of a magnitude that her father never even was able to achieve. Sakai World Championship victory. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Robbie and Sam both.
Come on.
And
it puts it to bed. Obviously the fans will still go, no, I have my opinion. Your opinion's wrong. Miyagi-Do is the way. It's always been the way. It's always been it's always been the way. Yes, the show is about Cobra Kai and being badass, but as we've seen this season, Miyagi-Do is the way. It always has been the way. Yes, Eagle Fang is like a more badass, take on Cobra Kai and whatnot.
Hold on, Jacob, real quick. Cody, what's your top 5 favorite fights?
Ooh, good question. All right, so 5, I have Miguel and Robbie from season 5. For 4, first off, an honorable mention is Daniel versus Johnny, the rematch. I love that fight. I think that's one that flies under the radar way too much. So yeah, 5, Miguel and Robbie, their final fight. 4, I just bunched the whole school fight together. 3, I have Terry versus Daniel P2. Then number 2 is Chosen versus Terry, and number 1. I think Darius said this. Robbie versus Eli, the best choreographed fight in the whole damn show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's just I don't think they can top that.
No, I don't think they will. It's Tanner and Jacob, and
for choreographing
physically capable.
Yeah, two basically real martial artists.
Yeah.
That's why it looks as good as it does. Like, it's not. I mean, it can be top story wise, but that fight in and of itself,
They were straight up doing some Dragon Ball Z moves.
So.
They were like,
it's like, let me get this weight off a little bit, you know?
Dude,
And I was
Robbie
like,
does,
oh,
like,
like, get that tattoo out. Let's go.
Dude, Robbie does like the fake punch. Dude, I was like, whoa,
like
what the?
Robbie ripped off his shirt. He gave it to Tori. Like, he's like, let's go. And then
Tori looked down as well.
Like,
Like,
okay, I might not be buff as you, but you
was
know
like,
hey, he's like, I may not be as buff, but I got a little 8-pack here, and I got the back tattoo. Let's go.
Yeah, like, you got
It's like, he just threw it to Dimitri. He's like, Dimitri's like looking like, really? Like,
you got 2 ripped mofos for.
and I was like, and I saw that, I was
Going
like,
at it for
shit. I was like,
sudden
shit, I need to go to the gym. God damn, I was like, I need to go to the gym.
And just the sudden death of that fight made it all the more dramatic, which was the stakes were like even crazier.
bro, like if they go to the Sentai world tournament,
It's hard to say.
the world tournament. I'm gonna call it the world tournament. Like,
I mean, that's what it translates to is world tournament. That's
world tournament, and they said there's no holds bar in this tournament, bro. Like, they definitely gonna need Mike Barnes
And Sean.
probably Julie if she does come back or whatever. And dude, I keep on saying this. I still think that Kreese can probably help out our people, dude. Like, I know.
What do you guys think? So I guess Hillary Swank's having twins. She's pregnant now. Do you think she's gonna even be in the next season?
Yeah, they'll just probably like
the very end.
Yeah.
Very end.
I think that
they won't be filming for a little bit anyway. So, well,
Yeah,
as we know of. So it's
because like they probably
next season will be the
preview.
Probably.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Like, if you've got like the Sekai Taikai coming, you want Julie to train Tori and Sam and Devon, like them 3, specifically.
Yeah, she knows some stuff they don't know yet. She was doing some.
Because that's what I really want out of next season. Like, I don't like Mitch and Chris and Bert, and yeah, they're cool, but focus on like the main kids, like focus on your breadwinners, because those are they're the keys right there.
I don't want any new characters next season unless they're villains.
Unless they're villains, and I want the villains to literally be like the Fist. Those guys. I'm talking eye patches and mohawks. And
you got 9 fighters that can like kick ass, bro. Like, I'm talking about. You got the 3 proteges with Kenny, Anthony, and Devin. You got Sean. You got Sean coming to help out or whatever. And then you got, of course, then you got Dimitri and Eli. And then you got the core 4 between Miguel, Robbie, and Sam and Tool. Yeah. 9 people, bro. That's all you need, really, dude. And if you
need,
why waste like a slot on Mitch and Chris who are going to get bounced out first?
Yeah, I mean, you can have them there, but like, I mean,
you could just have Kyler as the other hype man. Like, yo, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what you need to do? You need to put Kyler and Stingray on commentary.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, we're gonna protect
that would be comedy. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
But do you know what I noticed when Chosen's at, like, when you guys watch season 5 again, when Chosen first interacts with Tori, and there's other senseis in the dojo training the students, you can see Kyler in the background with the sensei, and he gets punched, and then he's like complaining and moaning in the background, like it's blurred out. I noticed it today. I was like, oh shit, he's still moaning.
Man, we'll protect the king. Like,
if Kyler's commentating, he'll be like, they wanted to make the competition fair, so that's why I'm on the side.
Oh god, it'll turn into like a YouTube boxing promo where he cuts a promo from the commentator.
They wanted to give everyone a chance.
So,
you come for the king?
The actual real commentator and everything, and then he says, unfortunately, we got. What is your name, young man? My name is Kyler Park, and I'm here to represent for Miyagi-Do.
Look what he's back with. Look what he's back with.
So, let me get this straight. You didn't listen to Yinko's top 5. You didn't listen to Darius's top 5 or Cody's top 5, and now you come back and you're eating what is this you're eating, sir?
It is a pancake sausage in like a corn dog.
Hey, pig in a blanket.
Cody, I was thinking this.
That's not very nice.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey! Oh,
I'm
you're so corny.
I didn't say nothing.
Easy. Yeah, so
Wow.
But yeah, yes. So what were we saying? And then we'll go for
Who should win the tournament?
and then we'll end in 5 so I can go to sleep because I'm fucking hanging on by a thread.
RJ, who do you think should win the tournament?
Okay. Can we please
Don't
give
say
Robbie
Kenny.
a win? Why would I?
No, I've been such a piece of shit to you.
I thought you thought better of me, Jacob. But okay.
Sorry. Not cool.
Robbie
Sorry.
needs to win the tournament. If Robbie doesn't win the tournament, I'm saying the writers hate him. They hate him if he doesn't win the tournament.
How are you gonna
I'm
make
sorry.
him have
I'm already
3 and 0?
trying to think they
So
don't
what
like.
are you gonna do? You're gonna make him 3 and 0?
Would you say the writers would be confused, RJ? Like a
No,
certain-
actually, let me take that back. I don't want to make any claims on the writers.
I
of their
also
own
like
show.
the layout of
because-
this right here. This is a full Oreo. Like we've
that would be
The reverse
That'll be-
Oreo down here.
that'll be
Then a full
great.
Oreo.
you know what I mean. But I'm just gonna, I will think the writers don't like Robbie if he doesn't win the tournament.
Come on, like, I don't say this to be a Robbie. Just from a story perspective, it only makes sense. Like
You can't have Robbie go out like the Buffalo Bills.
Like he
Takes
does.
three
You can't have
straight
an,
L's.
Jesus
You can't
Christ!
have
I don't
that.
even know what that means, but I'm sure it's funny. But you know, he doesn't win under Daniel. He doesn't win under Kreese. He wins under his dad.
What? Yeah. What if Johnny? What if Johnny say like shows Robbie a move that he never showed Miguel or whatever?
I mean,
I think
hell,
that'd be pretty good.
I do like Jacob's idea where he like the final hits, like the final points or whatever, or points from all his senses.
Wait, I missed it.
Everything he's learned.
I would love that. Like if they make the points maybe like 1%, say like a bit on the nose, but I think it would be, I mean, he's learned from what? Daniel, then Kreese, then Silver, then Johnny, then Chosen. Like that's 5. If they do like a 5-point system, it'd be a bit much, but I wouldn't mind.
He's the only one that's learned from everybody, right?
I mean, Silver literally says soon you'll have enough skills to kick all our asses. And if you look at the show like this, season 1 is Miguel's season 2 is Robbie's, season 3 is Miguel's, season 4 is Robbie's, season 5 is Miguel's, season 6 is Robbie's. Like,
give it to him.
just give it to him for God's sake. I mean, just think of the emotional payoff that he celebrates it with his newfound stepbrother, right? Soon to have little stepsister. I'm sure it's going to be a girl. It's too
a girl.
Just think of Logan and his daughter. That's Johnny, and yeah. But basically, like, basically like Devon. Just think of a young Devon. But I think just the emotional payoff of celebrating with his senseis, like Daniel and Chosen, whatever, like especially Daniel, his sort of surrogate father in a way, his actual father, his brothers, and his friends. It comes full circle, And if you have if there's a villain in that other dojo that's bad to the bone, just think of Broly, just pure Broly, where it takes Hawk, Miguel, and Robbie to wear them down.
I might have to.
Because you need to give this some gravity. Like, I'm sorry, there needs to be some kind of. We need to be rooting for the good. Like, we're rooting for them anyway, but there needs to be an obstacle for them to overcome. If they're fighting on the grandest stage of them all, you need to have there be a fighter that is bad to the bone.
Bad to the bone, baby.
And what better person to have experience in that field than.
Get up!
Oh, imagine if he learns a bit from Mike.
I'm gonna knock his ass out.
I'm gonna knock his
I
ass
don't care
out.
what he fights
Cody.
for.
I think Mike Barnes is going to be a good
God.
teacher for Sean, Kenny, and Robbie, bro.
Get up.
I mean, I'm sorry. Can we get a scene of that, please? Mike teaching Sean, Kenny, and Robbie. Come on. Like, look, I love Hawk, but Hawk is you merely adapted the darkness. You know,
I was born in it.
You know, I'm sorry. Like having I'm just gonna call it what it is. I'm sorry. I don't care if people go, oh, they're such a. I don't care. Yeah, they're thugs. Having Sean, Kenny, and Robbie, the gangster squad, being taught by Mike. Come on.
Boys in the hood.
Boys in the hood.
Right there.
Dude, because what's going to happen is Sean is going to get tired of Johnny's method and Daniel's method because he can't relate to it. And then, like, can you just imagine Mike pulling Sean to the side? Hey, big guy. Hey, come here. Like, what's going on? Like,
you're a brawler, huh?
But Mike will play to Sean and Kenny and Robbie's strengths, like, really well. You know, so I mean, it's just a good idea.
Dude,
I mean,
think about it if, like, Robbie gets that aggressive side of him, like, you know.
Season 4, Robbie.
As I said, if you get that focused dark Robbie is dangerous.
Ticket on the whole dojo.
The one that fought Kenny, the one after he switched up after.
Are you fighting your friend?
Could you imagine if Robbie does the same look as he's about to whoop the ass of his opponent in that?
But he's more in control now, so
he's more in control. And then maybe just to bring it full circle,
like a snake.
Because again, I'm sick of fans getting it wrong. Miyagi-Do is the way. So, right, in season 1, ever since then, Robbie's been led to believe that Miyagi-Do isn't the way, right? He's been led to believe that up until he made his own choice at the end of season 4. So what if he wins using Miyagi-Do?
He has the blood of the cobra.
Miyagi-Do was won every tournament except for season 1. So, like,
he has the blood. He has the blood. He has the blood of a cobra / eagle.
Heart of a Miyagi-Do, blood of a cobra.
Yeah.
I gotta put that on a shirt. I'm sorry, that was.
Yeah, you do. You really do. You gotta put that on.
Vice versa with Sam. She got the blood of
We're not giving her that tagline. No, don't even.
It's true.
Don't worry about him.
Don't even go there. She's got the heart of an eagle, not a cobra. Stop it.
She's got an eagle.
King, don't listen to him. This is what he does.
We do not give her that tagline. Hell no. I draw the line.
This is what he does.
Now we draw a line.
This is what he does.
No more goats. No more Samantha-san.
No more goats.
No, we're going to get a lot more goats.
Do not come near chosen familia. Line. You will beg for
mercy.
I'm still laughing at protect the egg. Where like that man Anthony says, "Here, take it."
I think Anthony has a lot in store. I think he's going to surprise people. I think Kenny's going to be the one that. Depending on how long they go for. If there was another All Valley, for instance, Kenny would be the one to win it for sure.
I think Kenny wins the next one, but then Anthony beats him in the next one after that.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think Anthony will win the second one if they go that long. That's if. It's a big if.
They're going to be competing for the. And then no
more oatmeal.
What is this man?
This man loves oatmeal.
This man loves talking about oatmeal. Bro.
Well, it was in the comments section.
I'm talking about him. I'm not talking about you.
Now we draw a line. No more oatmeal. No more oatmeal. Dude, everyone loves a ready brick.
No more expansion. I like how
I love that freaking scene so much.
He's like laying on the wall. Like,
if you're so worried about this son of a bitch, why don't we go down there and kick his ass right now?
I know Silva's address.
This is Mike Barnes, Karate's bad boy.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
That's Evan. That's Evan.
Can you imagine? He's just like, "You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
You're a fraud, Manister."
And
can I make a request? Can you do the Busta Rhymes "Hia"?
Request granted. I'll take 50 of those over Halloween Ends.
Over the whole.
Hey, come on! Open your eyes! Shut up!
I can't open my eyes because the Halloween Ends. Fucking scene. I can't open my eyes.
Put the soap in your mouth.
Whoa!
You sir, need some soap in that mouth.
Open that mouth.
Jeez.
What was that?
Some people need that freaking common sense.
What was that? Just a tap on the head. Ding.
Certain individuals
Jeez.
on YouTube definitely do.
Yeah.
Game Boy, you need some soap.
Open wide.
Some certain individuals can't let rivalries go, but we move on.
I mean, the reason they can't let it go is that
It's just good business.
They need that.
gotta get that ad revenue. But you know,
Hey, Jacob, your prediction came right. People are getting desperate out there, man, in these Cobra Kai streets.
these streets are they're hard, man. Hard times. But you know, it's all good though.
Big doo-doo this time.
Hello there.
Hello there. That's what I said when I had 16 minutes of my life taken away from me yesterday.
Go get another 16 minutes for 2 cigarettes.
That wasn't it. Then the Halloween ends.
Yeah, the less said about that movie, the better.
That's
But
16 minutes that could have been put to better use.
Exactly.
A lot better use.
General Grievous.
I'm good.
A lot better use.
General Grievous. You know what? It doesn't even much matter because you know what?
You knew what you were doing.
People look.
You son of a bitch.
Ugh. It's getting to that point, guys.
it's getting to that point. He's got the hood up.
Into my hood.
You know what, right? I'm gonna let the song play. Let's just strike a pose and see who can break bass first while the music's playing. Look at the camera, everyone. It's actually harder with the music playing, I can't lie.
Cody's cheating, okay? You can't cover your face.
Darius, what the fuck was that? Question is, who's gonna break?
Darius, yep, Darius.
Rajay, you wrote that, didn't you?
No, Darius.
No, you wrote too late.
No, he laughed first.
Bottom half of the table is slipping. It's failing us.
What the hell up? Okay, he laughed.
King's the only one left. Top row win.
What was that noise like a few seconds ago? What was that? I heard a noise.
Oh, that was
I'm
me.
pretty sure that was.
That was me.
Damn,
Don't ask me how I made that noise, but I did.
Still
I'm sorry, Greenwood literally has the hawk thing. Like that's basic. Yeah.
Bootleg quiver. Is that?
Yeah,
bootleg
quiver. Yeah, it's literally just their own version. It's bloody mad.
I want to taste it.
Do you know what? Screw it. T-shirt. But before we do the outro, let's give a massive. Oh, actually, you know what, Danny? Do your 3 black superhero thing.
To my friend The Rock out here, you, sir, I believe that you're gonna give us 3 black superheroes. Dwayne, don't disappoint me. This Friday, I'm coming to see your movie. Dwayne.
And everybody raise a toast in the chat to Danny Watkins for assembling another great list. As always, sir, you're going to get 3 black superheroes very soon. Well, to be fair, you got Martian Manhunter, you got Cyborg, you got the guy in the JSA there. And, well, I mean, The Rock's Samoan, but you can kind of...
Screw Hawkman, get Black Man in there.
Speaking of...
You need to get Jon Stewart already, man. Playing around.
Damn right. Him and Hal Jordan, sir. Now, raising a toast to Yinko. Look at the man here with those shades right there. Look at that. Look at that. Straight out of like a 1950s.
He's in the 3 Oceans movie.
Cadillac and all. Oh,
Ocean's 11, 12, 13, starring Yinko.
Starring Yinko. Look at that. It's like he's out of a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Three.
Welcome, sir. It was good to see you at the end, sir, for that little cameo. You came in just at the right time, and you added a different flavor to this stream, sir. I can't say it, but you know what you added, sir. And do you concede that Sam and Robbie is endgame?
Bullshit.
Well, I mean, no, because if you think about it, and Cody, you'll back me up here, they're saving Robbie and Sam's wins for the grand stage together. So, yes, they are endgame.
Yes, maybe not together, but they will succeed in the end game, but separately
together.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I still not giving you La Russo.
Everybody raise a toast to the baddest mofo in the valley.
La Russo. In game.
La Russo, baby. And I mean, dude, these shades are so freaking clean.
Yeah. This man.
Now, everyone raise a toast to Darius in the chat, sir. The man, the myth, the cinema, the legend.
Most depth shades, man.
That's it. RJ, get your conductor's hat on or something. But thank you for popping on in the stream, sir.
I thought that thing was retired.
I don't know where mine are now. Sake.
I thought that conductor's hat was retired.
Nah.
You look like something out of Spy Kids with those.
These are Gucci.
Gucci man.
Everyone raise a toast to the goat himself. There is no other like goat who disappeared while everyone else was giving their great speeches to go and eat food. Which is, wow.
So rated?
Damn. I mean, well, to be fair, we've got that with Ironheart coming up, but you never know. New 52 could be rebooted into the MCU. There you go. If this is the Tony Starks we get now, then Jesus Christ. But everyone raise a toast to the man, the myth, the legend, the goat, right here.
I am the captain of this ship.
Is there any more coffee?
Oh my god!
You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
I mean, you could keep the camera on me, but you know, then that would just be egotistical. I mean, you guys have enough of my sexy face all the time, so. Right now, everybody get. Oh, hello. What's this? Is that the blue pill or the red pill? Chill pill. We're going MGTOW. No, we don't do that bullshit.
Some of you should take that, by the way.
Go on, Danny. Get ready. Get ready. Thank you everyone for tuning into 3.5 hours of a juicy stream. There's one word to describe this, and it's just been Oreo. You know, and the things I didn't even actually arrange the seating plan here. It literally just organized itself like that. So,
are you saying segregation is natural?
Nah, I'm saying it's Are you saying you're in favor of? If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. I tell you what, Danny, let me just give you what you want for Christmas right now, okay?
Oh Lord! I'll call John Stewart.
Like superheroes.
Hey man, there's a reason why people love the
There you go. Look,
so
there's
much.
two white. There you go. Strike the Oreo. No. And you know what? Actually, let's go there.
Cookies over cream all day. Let's go.
Oh Jesus!
In the chat, what do you prefer? What's the best part of the Oreo? The cookies
you like the cream better? You're weird, bro. If you take the cream out and eat that,
if
bro,
you're one of those people, you are a special kind of idiot.
You are a psycho. Bro.
You are a kind of idiot.
Oh, you mean the people
that Why did he go get up? Where's he going?
He's gonna show us his cream skills.
Okay, if you just that is injustice on Oreos. If you just eat the cream and leave the cookie, there is something wrong with you.
Yinko, I swear, bro. Don't disappoint me, Yinko.
This is not the way.
Oh
yes, sir.
Oh, thank Christ.
That's how you know Oreo. Thank God.
Good. You're making me question my picky choosy skills for who's.
You guys eat the cream out of the Oreo. You guys are the ones that put milk in the bowl before the cereal, bro. You guys are the same kind of energy.
Who the hell would do that? That is just no, Yinko. No.
Eat the cream. Eat that cream. Eat it.
Where did
he die?
Hey, it'd be like that. It's okay to eat the cream out of the
Very
Oreo,
sure
but
I'm
if you
top
just
row,
leave
RJ's
the
down there
cookie and something is un-American about you, and you just bad things happen to you. You just do that, man. Just don't do that.
But there is one thing that I have to do just before the end. But what was I going to say? It was a topic. One last final question before I round off.
I swear to God, Jacob, don't say it.
Is it flat? I wanted to talk about Flash for a little bit.
No. You will never see me again. I will be gone.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about Halloween Ends a bit more. So Halloween Ends. What are we thinking? What's our overall scores? Because we didn't give it a score.
Oh. 2.
I literally was going to give it a 2.
Give it a 2.
First time.
1.5.
I was literally going to give it a 2 out of 10. It was that poor. So I was literally just going to
You know what? I was gonna give it a 2, but since it fucked my eyes up, 1 out of 10.
What?
Oh man.
Lisa agrees with you.
Lisa agrees. She's giving it a 1 too. She gave it a 1.
Let's go. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Oh my god. Damn, that's bloody.
Jaws of Revenge. Oh boy.
That movie is a cluster fudge.
I'm trying to see.
Do you have a mental connection with a shark? Like, what kind of world are we living in?
The shark followed you from Boston to the Caribbean.
I'm gonna say.
Do you remember like the shots underwater of like the shark going to camera like this? I'm like, oh god, at least do a panning shot or something, not like right.
I'll give it a. I'll give it a 3.
I'm giving it a 2.
I'm giving it a 3.
Why is that every time you give it a when we agree on a bad movie, you give it a higher score than me? What's going on here, King? No, you give that shit a 2.
Oh, you meant
you. You give that shit a 2, okay? 2 or 1.
I give it a 3.
I'll give it a 2.5. I'll be that awkward guy. I'll give it a 2.5. I'll give it a 2.5.
Thor Thunder a higher grade than me.
I'll give it a 2.5 because the DJ dude made me laugh. Like that. Yeah.
He was stupid.
He was stupid. That's why it made me laugh.
No, his whole character was stupid.
I give it a 3 because I still hate Eternals even more, so that's why.
Wait, where do you rank Eternals?
3.
Eternal? What?
Oh, I'd give that at least a 5. 4 or 5.
I hate that movie.
And the reason I was delaying was because we have a cameo.
Oh, stop!
What's up,
Chris.
What's up, guys?
Howdy. Now, I should have actually brought you on a bit earlier, but I lost train of thought because RJ was doing his impression of a wrestler. But thank you for popping on and joining us at the end here. Definitely need to do better for the next one. That's on me. But everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us for 3.5 hours of just juicy, epic discussion of whatever. Well, more ranting for about 1.5 hours, nearly 2 over a certain movie that I don't want to talk about anymore. But everybody, raise a toast to Yinko, Darius, Cody, RJ, King, and Christian. Wait, hang on, King. What the hell are you doing there?
That's not a bad shirt. I like that shirt, King, I like your shirt.
Oh yeah, I got this one.
It sucks.
You can find this one on Walmart. It was only like $8.
The steal.
There we go. Oh wow. Damn, this is new.
What's going on here?
Oh, this is much better. This is how corporations really run, but this is how they like to appear.
Pretty much.
If you know, you know.
We might have another cameo coming.
What?
Bro. If it's Sus Moon, then.
Oh,
I know Evan's asleep probably. All right, guys. I mean, there's a meme here, so we'll just wait for the final cameo.
Wait, did Evan ever show up?
For like
At the start, yeah, and then he
15 minutes.
Then he went to bed.
and then he drifted off. I'm literally about to do the same thing.
Yeah, where's Sus Moon been? Where's he at?
Oh Lord.
Whoever's cameoing, you hurry up. I want to go to bed.
I got stuff to do, bro. Come on.
Can we just end? And then, like, he can make a cameo like at the end, like he always does.
End the stream now.
Yeah, just end the stream now.
Yeah, you can end it if you want. He'll come offline.
Right. Well, whoever it is, we'll reveal that in the next stream. Whoever it was probably
To the next time, guys.
Nobody important.
Nobody
no.
important. Nobody important. We got
Same.
the core 7 here.
Same bad station. Same bad channel.
Look at the diversity here. I mean, just I don't want to keep ragging on about it, but I mean, just look at the diversity. Look at my virtue signal. Just look at it. It's all great.
Same bad channel.
Damn. Right. Okay, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Darius, thank you. Yinko, King, Cody, RJ, and Christian. We will see you all in another stream soon. Peace out, folks. Because there's 7. I just want to say before we, do the scream, whoever said ZZZ, like you both said that in sync. So it literally went ZZZ.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday we have to deal with this.
Every Sunday. What did Adam West's Batman?
So always remember that the Flash is the best DC superhero ever.
Is the same bad station or same bad channel or same bad channel, same bad station? Who cares? You gotta do this all the time, so really it ends at 30 instead of 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
It won't end.
You'll never guess who it is.
Jesus Christ.
Well, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and there you go. That's the.